Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Unveiling This Realm. Today is Thursday, November 19th, 2020, and you are here with myself, Karen B., and Brian Staveley. Good evening, Brian.
Howdy ho, Karen. Howdy ho.
What are you doing?
I'm saying howdy ho.
Oh, howdy ho. Yes. Howdy ho.
Howdy ho. So I have a new microphone, so now it's going to be a battle for the best voice on the flat earth. No?
How so?
Like any competition? I don't know, because I have a new microphone. I'm going to sound like you now.
Oh, well, I don't know if you're going to sound like me.
Yes, we're all chugging coffee here. As you can see, we're late. We're chugging coffee. So we're just getting in together. Suck it up, people.
So I heard recently, right before we got on the show, right before we started the show, my mother sent me a text from California that the governor of California, Gavin Newsom, Hello. I do believe that the internet has gone out at my house, and so there is no more connection. I don't know what's up with that, but I have rejoined via hotspot on my phone. So right when I was about to start talking crap about Gavin Newsom and stating a curfew in California, and I was about to tell him, fuck you, Gavin Newsom. And so here it is. Here I am. I'm back to say, fuck you. Fuck all you guys trying to put a curfew on people who you think you can tell people to go inside their house from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. over some fake virus. Y'all can eat a bowl of dick. And why is my internet not working? So let me see what's going on. Well, I have my hotspot on. Let me see. What is the freaking... Brian, if you can hear me, join through your hotspot. And I'm going to see if there's an internet outage. What in the freak is going on here? What do you mean this site can't be reached? I get that a lot too now. My site can't be reached. Yeah. What is that bullshit? Sorry, everybody. I don't know what's going on. Trying to see if what the internet situation is over here. Oh my gosh, come on. Are you kidding me? So can't load the site. What is going on? Oh, wow. Come on. Can't reach, can't figure it out. I have no idea what's going on. Let's see. See if I can tell Brian to come downstairs. I don't know what he's doing, if he's trying to get back online. This is crazy. How's everybody doing? They're shutting down internet in many places today. Steffi, did you hear that? Where is this happening at? Yeah. Brian, come downstairs. Okay, I'm going to shout out. Reconnect to nature. Mark Wantraba, Valley Parks, Carl Taylor, Scooter Orr, Effie Mowry, Jerry Mars, Maverick. No, Brian can't fix it. I think my internet is not working because I'm hardwired in and the internet went out for me. So that tells me it is not. Yeah. Yeah, we're okay apart from the technical difficulties. Governor of New Hampshire said masks mandatory inside and outside in public today. I know I'm probably all blurry. I'm sorry. A Wi-Fi hotspot. I might have to, let me turn my video off and see if that helps you guys. I'm going to turn my video off. Okay. David Wolf.
Karen, you lost internet too?
Yes, Brian, everything went out. I'm wired in, internet died. I got back into the stream via a hotspot over here. Is it?
I gotta go get my mic and headphones.
Okay, let's see.
5 minutes.
Please bear with us. Please bear with us. Actually, I'm going to play a song. Okay, y'all. This song is already uploaded into StreamYard, so it should play just fine. I'm going to play a song.
We're up pretty high, our heads are almost in the clouds, and their feet are chained to the ground with their chains of misery. They've got a hold of me, they won't let go of me. Let go of me. They might have gravity on their side, but something's pulling us high. Got the
You're gonna be shitting me. Hang on. Okay, can you hear me? Karen?
Uh-oh, did it end? Alrighty.
All right, welcome to the fucking train wreck.
Welcome. All right, let's try this again. Welcome to Unveiling This Realm. You're here with Karen B and Brian Staveley, and fuck you, Gavin Newsom, and anybody else who tries to instill a curfew on anybody. Go fuck yourself. All right.
That's what we were talking about before our technical issues. I thought it was just the Wi-Fi like upstairs, so that was everything. That was weird. Yeah. So what happened with that? You were talking about your mom. Your mom was telling you what?
She said that. Let me see. I haven't looked it up on anything online, but it says California just initiating a effing COVID curfew from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. for the next month. WTF? This is getting ridiculous. They said you can walk your effing dog. And then she put like a bunch of middle fingers because my mom's awesome. She says their way of keeping us from getting together on Thanksgiving. I think it goes beyond that. I don't think it's about Thanksgiving. It's about complete and utter control, not for just Thanksgiving, but from here on out. They just want to be able to tell you whenever they can just go lock yourself in your house because the little fake virus is coming to get you. It's coming to get you. Get in your house because it won't get you if you go in your house from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. Whatever the fucking bullshit is.
Yeah, and they're saying that in Massachusetts a couple weeks ago, and I know Steve JMO has talked about that a few times, and if I was still there, I'm sure I would talk about it a little bit. But again, they're not going to enforce that. That's for the people that are just going to comply to it. Right. I will say, things are getting worse. More places are saying you have to wear a mask outside and all this fucking bullshit. You know, obviously you're not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Ted's not going to do it. But man, this thing ain't going away by the end of the year. That's for sure. The people that, you know, I think this Thanksgiving thing is a good way to come at the normies, like in our families and stuff, because I don't think any of them are going to adhere to that. So I think we can use that and be like, so you're not going to have your regular Thanksgiving? Because they're just going to do what they're going to do. And they're going to be like, oh, so you're not scared? You know, you're not going to get sick? Because inside they got to know it's bullshit, you know? So many holes with it, Karen.
You have to know. Everybody knows. Everybody knows inside that it's bullshit. Well, I don't know. I can't say everybody. Everybody with half a brain, I'll say that, because a lot of people do know. But then as you and I went out, remember when we went to that stupid, where we were in Asheville? We didn't go there for that reason, but we were in Asheville when everybody thought that where they announced Joe Biden as the president-elect, and then all the weird libtards were out there celebrating, and they were all wearing masks, and they were all, be respectful, and I know somebody who died. Everybody you asked, they said, yes, we know someone who died. I mean, it was weird. All those people were just weird. It was like they weren't even from there.
Twilight Zone, dude, straight up. And yeah, and just in case anybody doesn't know, as you guys know, me and Karen are on backup channels. We have been for over 2.5 months now because we're both down until the beginning of December, right? One of my 2 copyright strikes, because I had 2 copyright strikes on my channel, on my main channel. That's why I had to make everything private. I have 2 strikes on my 3rd channel. I have 2 strikes on my Real News Online. So I had to make everything private because they'll retroactively go back and hit shit. Well, as soon as one of the copyright strikes came off the other day, as you know, they hit me with a community guideline strike on my main channel. Well, today they hit me with a second community guideline strike on my main channel for that fucking Biden video. It's unbelievable. So I don't mean to get too off track. I was going to talk about that a little after. Do you want to still talk more about the Biden rally? And I'll get into what that's making
No,
me
I
going
don't
to have.
really want to talk about the Biden rally.
You're the one that fucking took me there, dude.
I know. I was just saying that's. I forget why I brought it up. I didn't bring it up because I wanted to just like talk about it continuously.
Well, we were talking about the people that we were talking about Thanksgiving if they're going to adhere to the rules, and then you were talking about
those people.
Completely different breed of people.
Yeah, those. I'm wondering about those people. Do those people really believe the bullshit coming out of their mouths? Do they believe it, or do you think even deep down that they even know that there's bullshit attached to it? You know what I mean? Like,
I think most of them don't know and realize what the bullshit is, but there's that feeling in their gut that something is seriously wrong with the entire world, and they are afraid to poke and question at any of it because the whole house of cards is going to fall. That's what I think. You know, everybody's different though. You know, not everybody falls into that category, but I think there are a lot of people like that. Most people.
yeah, scary.
Yeah. So speaking of the channels and all that, what's basically happened is for 3 months I had to basically censor myself. I had to hide my videos in fear of what YouTube's gonna do. I'm not gonna do that no more. So they can take the fucking channels if they want. I'll just build it up elsewhere because what am I gonna do? Make everything private for another 3 months? So then for 6 months, my videos are private and nobody can see them. No, I'm not gonna do that. So my channel can go live on December 2nd or December 3rd. It expires on the 2nd. I don't know what time. I'm going to make everything private for now so my channel lasts till then. And then on that day, I'm going to make sure I make one video to let everybody know whatever the fucking plan is. And then, you know, I'm going to make everything public a couple days after that. And, you know, whatever. It's all going to be out there. And if they take it down, they take it down. What the fuck am I going to do? They're going to take down the main, and they're going to take down the Real News Online. There's nothing I can do. And I'm not hiding my videos for another 3 fucking months. I'm going to keep making other plans. We have a lot of momentum elsewhere here. The Dlive, I got a lot of momentum there. I should have just kept doing more shows over there when I started because we would be kicking fucking ass over there right now. And here's the other thing. Fuck YouTube. I'm sick of this shit. So... that. Did you see my video last night? I know you were sleeping, but did you see it? My first ever unboxing video?
No, I heard about it though.
I made an unboxing video last night. In case anybody's wondering, Brian, why the fuck would you make an unboxing video? I should
It's fancy.
Put me on the big
Look at yours is fancy. It has lights to light up with the volume.
dude. Mine's the fucking real deal, kid.
Yours is all fancier than mine.
Yep.
Yeah.
This came courtesy of Hugh TV, and I did not even ask for this. He sent me an email and said if he bought this for me, if I would use it. I said, hell the fuck yeah. Hell the fuck yeah. So that'll get a lot of use. It's getting used right now. It'll get used tomorrow because I'll probably do another stream. But I'm already out of YouTube notifications until nighttime tomorrow. So look for me on Dlive tomorrow. I'm completely locked out of my first 3 channels. So
Actually,
I'm not
better on that mic, I must say.
Do I sound like a distinguished gentleman?
Well, no, but you sound better.
Go fuck yourself. So here's the thing. Ask the people that have seen the Patreon streams or the Dlive streams lately. I don't want to censor myself anymore. I'm not built to be censored. And my shit's just getting completely wiped out by YouTube. So I'm not putting the effort into it anymore. So as soon as I'm done my shows now, wherever they are, if they're here, if they're on Dlive, whatever, I put them on my website. It's the first place I put them. Right now, I can't even upload to YouTube except for the 4th channel. So I'll upload some things when I can, but my priority is going to be my website. And then that's not even a great site, I know, but just until we have another plan, you know, there's nothing I can fucking do. And I'm not wasting half a day. It just throws my day off instantly. As soon as I get a strike, my fucking whole day's thrown off, you know?
Yeah. I'm over it.
Dude, look how many videos we've done on Corona. They're basically all gone.
Yeah.
You know, I get strikes for scams and deceit for doing activism. I get fucking impersonation for doing a fucking meetup. It's like, it's so stupid, dude.
Hate
No fucking
speech.
cares. Hate
That's
speech.
so stupid.
Yeah, fuck that. I'm all set. All set with that. So, I don't know. I know you didn't really hear it because you were taking a nap. But David was just on. What is it? High Impact Flicks? Is that the name of the channel?
Oh, yes. High Impact Flicks. Yes.
Yes. And he laid down the flat earth truth very nicely, I would have to say, as he does. My point of bringing this up isn't because Dave did a good job. We knew Dave would do a good job. The guy was really cool. He wasn't anti-flat earth at all. He was, just kind of neutral, but he was cool. And the thing is I want to talk about is the chat. So a guy like that, High Impact Flicks, I know he had a big following on YouTube. I know he's more on Dlive now. He's got 10,000 followers on Dlive. That's a lot of people. It really is. All right. That's a lot of people for that platform. And he's kind of, yeah. And him not being a flat earther or anything like that. If this was just 2 years ago, I'm not even talking 2014, 2015, Karen. If this was just 2 years ago, a chat room like that at the most would have been like 30% flat earthers. Now that chat tonight was like 75, 80% flat earthers. And I know Dave brings a ton of people wherever he goes. But again, this guy has a huge following as well. And it was his channel. There were 1,200 people there. And there was really hardly any ridiculous globe trolling going on. My point is, I say in the last 2 years, out of the truth community, the amount of people that finally realized the globe is a lie has about tripled, in my opinion, in the last 2 years. That's what I think. So, I don't know. What did you think? I mean, most of the truth movement, I mean, they know the Earth's flat by now. Most of them. I mean, there's some people still clinging on, but
yeah,
God, it's 2020 now. I mean, how do people still cling to that fucking magic spinning space testicle? It's pretty crazy.
Yeah. I don't know how people deny it anymore. I mean, after everything that has gone on, especially now after COVID, if you were even remotely looking into any sort of, fringe subjects, I don't even like using the word conspiracy, but if you were looking at anything, any sort of idea that falls outside of the mainstream narrative that they tell you on the bullshit tell lies to your vision, well, if you have seen flat earth and you still are not on board, well, you're just holding off the inevitable. You're just in denial at this point. You're lying to yourself. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. That's my opinion.
I just, and again, I know most people, and we were just talking about Dave too. Dave would be the first one to tell you how triggered he was and he used to block people. But he does say one thing I don't agree with for sure. He says everybody was like that. I wasn't like that at all. It just made so much sense. But I guess it depends on what angle you come at it from, right? You know what I mean? Yeah, I just don't know how people don't get it, especially, and I know sometimes because I talk about Mandela effect a lot, and sometimes I might seem like I'm hard on my flat earth friends that aren't getting it. It's not like that because it's the 9/11 too. I come from 9/11 for years. A lot of these fucking people that know there were no planes, and I don't want to go too deep into it on Karen's channel. See how we have to censor ourselves here? It's fucking stupid. Okay, but they know all that about all that media fakery to do with that day back in September. But they still can't, and they know the moon landing's fake. I mean, everybody that knows there's no planes on 9/11 knows the moon landing's fake. How they haven't all become flat earthers at some point, or at least knew that the globe is a lie and want to continue to understand the place that we live on and have those questions, it's fucking beyond me. I just don't get it. But I kind of do, because that's where that indoctrination comes in. And ever since they told you flat earth was the stupidest thing by the time you hit fucking kindergarten, it's really deep in people, you know, they're really deeply programmed with that. You know, I'm speaking to the fucking choir, but it's bad, dude.
Yeah.
It really is.
So I see this on my desk. Did this work for you?
It did.
Okay, good.
It did. I'm not ready to go there yet, but it did.
Okay.
But when we get there, I do have it ready.
Right.
What about I know a lot of the people out there were listening the other night, and I wish I had an archive of it. Mac, if you're listening, if you can get me that, I'd like to mirror that actually. That guy Christopher James that Mac was talking to the other night when he got out of court and everything, helping him with all the legal stuff. That guy really seems on his game. I was really impressed with that. So I'm glad that he's involved in this. I don't know much about him. What do you know about that guy? Because I know you listen to that type of stuff a lot more than I do. So what do you know?
I do listen to that type of stuff. I used to actually listen to that type of stuff years ago, a lot more before Flat Earth. And then I got into Flat Earth and I wasn't so much into the law stuff anymore, because law stuff is it can be very hard to study because it's not exciting. You know,
No.
you really have to
But this
read
guy-
and study and learn definitions of words and stuff. And it's boring, man. It's boring. But, you know, it's one of those things like the more you listen to it, you start to get used to it and you start to pick it up. But basically it's like learning another language. But yes, but this gentleman, Christopher James, he's very knowledgeable and he's got a great way of explaining stuff. And in listening to people like that is very helpful. If you if you're like me and it's hard to read through that stuff. For me, it's hard to read through stuff that I like, the subjects that I like to read about, and even more hard to read through subjects like law. I hate it. But really, it's really it's a good idea to familiarize yourself with that stuff, because that's a big major part of how they deceive everyone and how they get everybody to comply, you know. But once you understand it, once you start to read through it and get used to the language, and you start to understand where their limits are, you know, and what it is exactly that that you can say to them to basically tell them to fuck off.
I don't think they're prepared, honestly. Not Mac and Chris. I'm talking about the court that he's going into. I don't think they're prepared for that at all, which you can already tell by.
They can't be prepared for that. They can't be prepared for that because they don't. I mean, if you know what that guy's talking about and how it works, you know, there are limits. Okay, the court has jurisdiction over a straw man. They don't have jurisdiction over a living man or a living woman, and that is how you have to present yourself. You know.
I just can't believe it's got this far. Like this whole thing, this is fucking insane.
It's ridiculous that they even were allowed to kidnap him for as long as they did. Like seriously, it's ridiculous.
And I will have to say, you know, we were kind of like last week. You know, I think it was last week when we were talking. Might have been a little earlier than last week's show. Where are all the people in his area? They need to stand up. They need to show up, and they did show up. He had like a lot of people. There were like 50 people outside the courthouse for him. So that was good to see. And that was just, you know, like the pretrial conference or whatever. That's not even like, you know, I don't know what you call it, his court date, but that wasn't like the big date or anything. He has to go back on Monday. So they want him to do it on Zoom, talk to the judge on Zoom. This fucking crazy. So we don't look so crazy now when, you know, 9 months ago we were telling you they want to put everybody in a virtual reality. It doesn't look so crazy now, do they? Everything's behind the screen. They're doing virtual doctor appointments. Look at the NBA and the WWF and what the virtual fans and all this. It's fucking disgusting, man. It's disgusting. It's a fucking loss of humanity. We didn't lose. We didn't lose the battle. I'm not saying that, Karen, but I'm saying these people are all losing their humanity, and they're actually just giving it over, you know? Just giving it away. No fight. There's no fighting in them. The people that wear the mask everywhere, most of the time, they just look down at the ground in shame. And you know that's why they're looking down. They won't even look you in the eye, most of them. They don't have a soul.
Or they do have a soul, but it's dying. People they're, you know, whenever these people participate in themselves in these things, when they allow themselves to be under the tyrannical rule of these liars and these deceivers, they're giving away. Wow. Did you hear that? There was a big gunshot.
Oh, we're gonna be dead. Fuck me in the gotas.
But they're giving away a piece of their soul. You're giving away a piece of your divine spark. If you go and you cast a vote into that ballot box, you're voting. You're giving a vote to these false deities, and you're giving away your divine spark. That's what you're doing. It's like, you know, that's when I kept seeing people going on and on about this before online on Facebook. You know, what do you have to lose? What do you have to lose if you go vote? Well, that's what you have to lose. You're perpetuating the system. You're giving them your consent. Okay, you're allowing them to continue to lie to you, to deceive you, to steal from you, to kidnap you, to kill you, to, you know, commit genocide on you, to inject you with poison, to population control you. That's what you're doing. And you're giving away your divine spark. That's what you're doing. So stop it.
It's really sad. And it's getting worse. Luckily, you know, we got the woods all around us and shit, but it's really strange too. Like I mentioned it before, I'll mention again, the people might not have heard it. Like, you go to Ingles, right? You go to Ingles and it's fine. It's like 50-50 as far as masks in Ingles. But once you go to Aldi's, which is all it is a little closer to the main road, right? I mean, it's not like it's in the middle of a fucking city, is it? And it's 100% masks in there. There's really like an energy that comes out of those cities. Even like, of course, the people that live more in the cities are more in the grind. They're more into this. They're more into the matrix. But I think the city itself, I really think there's like an energy that like radiates out from them that's fucking penetrates people's minds and makes them go fucking absolutely insane. Can I prove that? No, but I think that. I don't know, you know? Something's going on. Something is going on.
Sorry, I got a little distracted because I heard 2 more gunshots.
Uh-oh. Are we going to be okay?
Yeah, I think so. It's a little late.
All right, let's talk about something else now. Let's talk about disinformation. I have a lot of, man, and we keep doing this, but it keeps coming. Some big disinformation against the Mandela effect I want to get into. But before I get into that, I want to talk about some against the flat earth. You've seen the video of the guys that Nathan was talking to that was supposedly from Harvard. You're laughing, right? Because it's funny. The guy was in a fucking duck suit.
Because I'm looking in the chat, and Richard, why did you bring that to my attention? Richard Aubin says, move your hand lotion. That is the lotion that was on the desk, and I had set it on the bed behind you because I was gonna move the
Fuck me, the gotas again, man. You can fuck me in the gotas. I have the lotion to fucking lube it up. I don't have the wide ass like Robert Wood.
I wasn't even looking at that. Oh.
So what did you think about Big Bird?
Big Bird?
Yeah, Big Bird from Harvard that proved the earth was flat.
Wait, Big Bird from Harvard? What are you talking about?
the fucking 3 guys that fucking Nathan was doing the interview with that fucking pulled the prank on.
God. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what's up with that. I haven't watched any of that. I don't know.
It was bad. And I'm not trying to pick on Nathan. This happens to everybody. This happened with the Mandela Effect conference and the HBO getting in there. I do think they had some green light and an open door to get in there, so probably a little different. But we have to really just keep our discernment out, because no large universities, no celebrities, no official government agencies, none of these people, no mainstream media, they're not going to help us. It doesn't mean don't pursue it if they want an interview or something, but we really got to keep our guard up big time on all that shit, because that's going to be a big hit piece that's going to come out. That guy does pranks. He's got a big platform. That's definitely going to be a hit piece, like in a fucking, in a like a 30-minute fucking film or something.
I wouldn't be surprised. Anytime the Hollywood types, these younger dudes get involved in stuff, I mean, I don't know. I would hope that it's okay,
Yeah, they're never gonna help us. I mean, it's just not never. It's just not gonna happen. So we really got to keep our guard up for stuff like that. Definitely, it's good to seek opportunity when you can to spread the word out for more people, of course. So, like for instance, Alex Jones is the biggest show. But when David Weiss had an opportunity to go on there, well, of course you take it and you go on there and you present your facts. But when people seem like they're on your side and they come with stuff like some of the stuff that they came with there, we really got to keep our guard up for that shit, because they're not going to help us. We don't need their help. Definitely need more discernment. We all need more discernment with everything.
Yeah. We don't need their help. We have the truth, but I do see where people would want to get a bigger audience, because you want to get the truth out to more people, because the more ears that hear it, the more possible eyes that will be opened. So I see that part of it. But
yeah, when I listened to those guys talk, they didn't sound like scientific at all. They didn't sound like Harvard graduates. They sounded like a couple of fucking jokes. The 3 of them.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what they sounded like to me. So
I don't understand why that guy was wearing a costume. I would have been asking questions about that, but
yeah, like, why you dressed like Big Bird? We're supposed to take this seriously, man. Let's go clown a flat earther in a fucking Big Bird suit or whatever it was, a duck, big yellow fucking and white suit. Like, what the fuck is that, man? And then they had a wedding. I mean, a fake wedding or some shit. I don't know. I don't know all the details of that. But I tried to find the video where they were talking outside. The video seems to be down or whatever. So if anybody has it and wants to send it in.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the details of that.
Yeah. It seems we get burned every time, right? Behind the curve. These guys.
Yeah.
HBO and the Mandela stuff. I mean, anytime it's a large platform, I know these guys aren't like a large platform, but it happens, we make mistakes and we continue, just like, I'm not going to put names out there, but just like I've recommended people to channels that turned out to be shit after, it happens, right?
Right.
We fuck up, which we wish it didn't happen. So we just learn from our mistakes and we keep on keeping on, but we got to keep trimming the fat, and we got to, as this journey goes on, Karen, we have to keep getting our discernment up. Honestly, I think we need to keep getting stronger and stronger with discernment, like more than ever, man. And that's why I'm so hard on the people that are falling back into the political shit and all that. We can't have that shit weigh us down. We can't have none of that nonsense. Those of us that know that all of this shit is completely 100% fake, all that has to be way in the rearview mirror. You can't talk to me about politics. It doesn't even register in my head. It's all completely fake. People don't get that, though. They try to talk to you about something. They still think they can bring it back into that type of conversation. It's like, no, that's all fake. So we have to keep moving on. We have to keep moving and moving and moving. pretty soon, for the people that don't get the flat earth, that don't get the Mandela effect, it's like, I'm going to stop trying. I mean, we got to focus on the people that know, as far as the people in the truth community, at least, that have had it presented to them. I'm not saying stop on the street telling people, but God, some of these fucking people that aren't looking into these topics yet, it drives me crazy, man. It really does, you know?
Yeah.
I think everybody knows that. Everybody knows how fucking pissed off I get.
Everybody knows how you feel, Brian, because you never hold back.
No, I don't. But that's how we have to be, man. Somebody has to do it, and I'm not saying somebody like nobody else is doing it, but there have to be people that do that. And I know I don't fit everybody's style or whatever, but that's fine. I don't really give a fuck. You know, if you don't like me, you can listen to somebody else. I'm not here to make friends, but I've made some great friends along the way, because everybody that's here keeps it real for the most part, you know? Let's see where I wanted to go from here. What else do you want to talk to before I get into the other stuff that I have?
I don't know.
Let's leave that comment on the screen for a minute, because that's a good comment. Can you read that comment?
I want to see all FE peeps remain level-headed during debates. No emotional high blood pressure crap doesn't help.
Yes, we do not need to stoop to their level of name calling and all of that shit. Especially where most of you, like I said, it wasn't me, but most people did come from that attitude where they were very triggered, globy still, hanging on, possibly throwing names out there. So just remember where you came from, okay? And if we act like children, even though we have the facts and they really don't have any facts for their globe, it's a complete fucking joke. If we act like children, it doesn't matter what facts we have. Nobody's going to take you seriously, you know? And that's why I can't do the debates. And again, some debates, if there was a debate, like a Mandela debate, and, you know, it was a platform with like 1 million people or something, of course I would do it. But that's why I don't do those other debates. So it just turns into attacks, you know? Most of the time, you know, it's just, but there is some good that comes out of some of them. I just can't do it. I know you probably feel the same, right?
Yeah. Recently, I did involve myself in, you know, I tortured myself, and because that guitarist for the Deftones came out as a flat earther, he was on the Tinfoil Hat podcast with Sam Tripoli. His name is Stephen Carpenter, and he's the guitarist for the Deftones, which is a band from Sacramento, which is where I used to live. And I actually met the drummer, Abe Cunningham, from that band, and I've been to their practice spot. And my first husband is, you know, knows them because he grew up there, and so like that was a big thing for me. Like I'm like, oh yes, Stephen Carpenter, the Deftones, comes out as a flat earther, right? Because that's a big deal. So I was already in a Deftones group on Facebook. And so people were posting the link to that article. And so I went in there and I posted, you know, I'm a flat earther and I have been for 5 years. Ask me anything if you want to know why Stefan thinks the way he does. And that post just blew up, and I got attacked viciously in there by people who said, yeah, you know, he plays good guitar, but he must be fucking stupid. Oh, he's high. He's smoking good stuff. Like, I mean, I just got attacked viciously. And a lot of people from Facebook who are my friends on Facebook, because I posted that in Facebook, and a bunch of you joined that group and started posting in there. And so now there's flat earth debates going on in the Deftones group, which is great. It's got 20,000 members.
Can we get a link? Can we get a link to the group in the chat right now? Because I'm sure people would like that.
Okay, yeah, let me go pull that up, because
Go ahead.
that made me happy to see, because I don't have time to sit in there and do that. But when I started it, I mean, I did it in the middle of the night, and man, I was in there for like 3 hours.
Yeah, you were. Send the shocks in. Let's send them in. I know a lot of them have been in there. Let's send the rest of the shocks in. And guys, again, don't be dickheads to people. You know, be how we need to be.
Yes, I am. They haven't kicked me out.
Now, did you see his whole thing? His whole thing is like paragraphs long, where he really spoke in depth. He's not just some guy that was fucking high and said the Earth's flat or did some shit like Shaq. You know, he actually had a couple paragraphs where he kind of eloquently put it. If I don't know if you read that whole thing. I'm sure you did, but
Yeah,
pretty good.
yes.
Maybe we can get that. Can you find that?
The article.
Yeah, where he gave a little speech about it. I mean, just to show people he's well spoken about it. He's, you know, it sounds. And again, are we relying on this? We just told you we're not relying on celebrities. We're not trying to interview this guy about flat Earth, but he has 20,000 people or whatever in his Facebook group, and they all have it on their radar now. So let's do what we need to do. That's what I'm saying, right, Karen?
Yes. Let me. Oh. See.
I'll give a shout out to people while you bring it up, and then you can read it, okay? I'm going to go from the bottom up. Shout out to Poval, Dr. Law, Jack, Ted Summer, Effie Mowry, Indomitable, Agent Orange, Jose Nunez, Karen Ann Preston, Pirate Oxine Oxide, Across the Plane, Indomitable, Josh from Oregon, Dr. Law, Carl Taylor. Carl, I did fix your show notes too on my newest channels, just so you know. Waters Above, Karen Ann Preston, Simon Doherty, James in Germany. I got a few repeats here. Bible Book Club, Zulu. I know Steffi's here. I seen her, but I don't see her name. Southbound Pachyderm, Liberty Returns, Bill Stegman, Harmon Walker, Nathan, Commercial Sound, Richard Aubin, Jacobian. Check out Jacobian's videos. He's got some really good Mandela effect videos. He's got good discernment when it comes to that. I like his stuff a lot. Let's see. Push buttons. Do you have it, Karen? I'm getting tired of talking here. Do you have his little take?
So, do you see the screen?
Yeah. Do you want to read it? What he said?
Yeah. Okay. So Deftones guitarist Stephen Carpenter believes the Earth is flat. He's also opined that you are not capable of catching a virus from somebody. So he's woke AF. He gets it. So Deftones guitarist Stephen Carpenter recently discussed his advocacy for a number of widely debunked conspiracy theories on an episode of conspiracy podcast Tinfoil Hat with Sam Tripoli. In the episode, Carpenter revealed he strongly believed in several theories which have proven as false, including being a flat Earth dude, vaccinations being futile, virus transmissions, and more. The simplest terms from my perspective with flat Earth is simply, I know we're not on a spinning flying space ball, he said. Now, what it actually is and all that, and to what depths it goes, and that is still to be discovered, and people are working on those things. Elsewhere in the episode, Carpenter shared his opinion on the prospective coronavirus vaccine circulating in the global news. There's never been one single vaccine that's ever worked, ever, he said. All poisons. You can never get it out of your body. Your body has no means to expel it. It's stuck in you forever, and you just suffer with whatever it becomes. When questioned about the successful polio vaccine, Carpenter responded, oops. Come on, get out of here.
I hate that shit. Fuck me in the goat dust again.
No. Is that it? It's not gonna.
Well, that's all. Wow.
It's not gonna go away.
What a ripoff. I hate that shit. Dude, nobody's gonna pay to read your fucking articles online. Go fuck yourself. You know what I mean? God.
What the heck? Here you go.
You got it?
There it goes. Okay. Boy, this thing is giving me a hard time. Okay. He says, I'm grateful for COVID for teaching me the actual germ theory and that is the virus is something the body creates, he said. So he knows about the viruses being exosomes. You are not capable of catching a virus from somebody. You develop viruses because you have some type of poison or toxin within you, and that's your poisoned or toxined cells secreting the virus to clean them from the body. You can listen to the full episode below. And here it is. Oh, it looks like he was on there for 1 hour and 49 minutes. And so then it just talks about stuff that they're releasing. But yeah. But it sounds like there's some other excerpts from it that I watched on a video, but it sounds like he talked about it pretty good in a quite favorable manner.
Yeah. Bible Book Club says he later apologized to those he offended. What was that apology like, though? Was that like when they said Kyrie Irving went back on Flat Earth when he really didn't, like when he showed up to Boston and they had that interview? I don't know. I'm just asking exactly like what was said. If there was did he recant any of this in any way, Karen, that you know? Did he take any kind of heat other than his Facebook thing blowing up, which is great?
No, and it's not even him. It's just a Deftones group. It's a fan group, right? It's not his personal page. I haven't even looked for his personal page, or I don't even know if he has one, honestly, because I just don't look to follow celebrities. You know, I don't really care what they say. You know, but I just saw it as an opportunity to get in there and talk about it with some people, because I figure if some fans of the band are hearing about it, you know, maybe they might be interested. And I did get some private messages from people in the group that said that they were flat earthers too. Some people came on the post and were defending me, and they kept saying, you know, answering questions like as if they were, you could tell that they were sort of on board with it, but they were saying, but I'm not a flat earther. But you know,
yeah, you gotta be real careful. I'm not one of you people, yeah. But you know,
which is cool.
Yeah, I know. It's good. It's good for people that aren't in the so-called truth community to at least get to that point. You know, when it's people that are supposed to be serious about truth, though, and they talk like, you know, they're so worried about what people are going to classify them as. I hate that. You know, everybody needs to have some fucking balls. Don't worry about the ego. Don't worry about what people are going to think on you. Truth is truth, and you need to speak it, or else you'll help lie. Whatever the truth is. If you know the Earth's flat and you're going to push the globe lie on your kids, well, you're just as much as fault as NASA and the media and everybody else. Honestly, if you know COVID's a lie and you're going to promote a mask or sell them on your site or anything like that, well, I mean, you're a piece of crap. You know, that's how I feel.
So there's that. So if you're into the Deftones, join the group and help us flat smack.
And I just want to be clear. I said if you promote the mask and you know it's a lie. I didn't say anybody that's put it on for any reason is a piece of crap before somebody says I said that. I said if you promote it, if you actually like push it, promote it, and you know that COVID's a lie, you're a piece of crap. That's what I'm saying. Can you let me go pee and then we'll switch gears? We can just roll right through the break unless you need a break. We could take a break a little late because we got going a little late. What do you think?
Yeah, I need a coffee refill. So yeah, let's take a little break.
Let's take a break. Can you get the music up? We'll take a little quick break and then we'll come back.
I have music right here. All right.
Yeah.
Delano wanna beat the tomato waste gang, 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 earth gang, 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 earth gang, 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 earth gang, 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 gang. Fuck you baller bitch, y'all can suck my ball. Suck. Fuck you baller bitch, y'all can suck my ball. Fuck you baller bitch, y'all can suck my ball. Fuck you baller bitch, y'all can suck my ball. Fuck you baller bitches, all you niggas pussy. The earth ain't got no curve, ain't no sense in even looking. The earth don't even spin. NASA lied again. Fuck fuck scientists. Y'all can suck my dick. The earth flat with a dome. Y'all can suck my balls. It ain't no South Pole. The earth ain't no globe. The ball of bitches some hoes. I proved all y'all wrong. With the evidence shown. Like get your ass home. All y'all motherfucking baller bitches. All y'all can suck my motherfucking dick and shit. All y'all motherfucking baller bitches. All y'all can suck my motherfucking dick and shit. Gang, gang, gang. Flat earth gang, gang, gang. Flat earth gang, gang, gang. Flat earth gang, 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 gang. Fuck you baller bitch, y'all can suck my ball. Suck. Fuck you baller bitch, y'all can suck my ball. Fuck you baller bitch, y'all can suck my ball. Fuck you baller bitch, y'all can suck my ball. Look, the flat earth was right, the globally was wrong. It ain't no satellite, like it ain't no Santa Claus. Y'all didn't go to the moon, y'all can't land on the moon. NASA with that green screen, I can do that shit in my room. When I see an ocean flat, when I see a river flat, when I see a pool flat, scientists explain that gravity, it don't exist. Density, you stupid bitch. The bright sun and that pretty moon, both of them in a firmament. All y'all motherfucking baller bitches. All y'all can suck my motherfucking dick and shit. All y'all motherfucking baller bitches. All y'all can suck my motherfucking dick and shit. Gang, gang, gang. Flat earth gang, gang, gang. Flat earth gang, gang, gang. Flat earth gang, 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 gang. Fuck you baller bitch, y'all can suck my ball. Suck. Fuck you baller bitch, y'all can suck my ball. Fuck you baller bitch, y'all can suck my ball. Fuck you baller bitch, y'all can suck my ball.
Delano wanna beat the tomato weight. Look, scientists say we got here from the Big Bang. But scientists, y'all can suck on my big thing. Y'all say gravity exists. Bullshit. If it's heavy, it's gon' fall just like dropping the brick. Suck my. Look, scientists say we got here from the Big Bang. But scientists, y'all can suck on my big thing. Y'all say gravity exists. Bullshit. If it's heavy, it's gon' fall just like dropping the brick. Suck my.
I'ma tell y'all motherfuckers that the earth is flat. It ain't no motherfucking ball. How the fuck you believe that? NASA they some bitches, they ain't go to the moon. Near the grass and you a bitch just like Winnie the Pooh. Bill not a science guy, bitch, fuck you too. The earth flatter than the water at the top of a pool. The earth stationary, bitch, that mean it don't move. In the flat earth wins, the globalists lose. NASA in the Hebrew means liar and deceiver. I'm trying to tell the truth till you brainwash people. Do you feel like you moving? Do you see a fucking curve? But when you touch fire, don't that shit burn cause you feel it. All you globalists some bitches, we just telling you the truth. Flat earthers, we the realest. And we get laughed at cause we ain't stupid like you niggas. The government pimps and y'all suck they penis. The sun not at 3 million miles away. Get the fuck out of here, I see that bitch every day. It's inside the fucking firmament, the way it's in the Bible. You hate me, I don't give a fuck, you my rival. Rainbows prove it's a dome, bitch. Sundogs prove it's a dome, bitch. The sun and the moon in the dome, bitch. In this water, a motherfucking dome, bitch. Look, scientists say we got here from the Big Bang. But scientists, y'all can suck on my big thing. Y'all say gravity exists. Bullshit. If it's heavy, it's gon' fall just like dropping the brick. Suck my. Look, scientists say we got here from the Big Bang. But scientists, y'all can suck on my big thing. Y'all say gravity exists. Bullshit. If it's heavy, it's gon' fall just like dropping the brick. Suck my. Look, scientists say we got here from the Big Bang. But scientists, y'all can suck on my big thing. Y'all say gravity exists. Bullshit. If it's heavy, it's gon' fall just like dropping the brick. Suck my. Look, scientists say we got here from the Big Bang. But scientists, y'all can suck on my big thing. Y'all say gravity exists. Bullshit. If it's heavy, it's gon' fall just like dropping the brick. Suck my. Look, scientists say we got here from the Big Bang. But scientists, y'all can suck on my big thing. Y'all say gravity exists. Bullshit. If it's heavy, it's gon' fall just like dropping the brick. Suck my. Look, scientists say we got here from the Big Bang. But scientists, y'all can suck on my big thing. Y'all say gravity exists. Bullshit. If it's heavy, it's gon' fall just like dropping the brick. Suck my dick.
All right, everybody. I'm back. Brian's not back yet. How's everybody doing? How was that break? Did you like that? Did you like Delano, or is everybody offended? Is everybody all upset because he said that scientists could suck on his big thing? Yeah. Yeah. People don't like it? I usually. Oh, you like it? Okay, good. I like it. Come on. It's funny. Right? Right? It's funny when he says, "Sun dog proved there's a dome, bitch." The sun and the moon's in the dome, bitch. And there's water above the fucking dome, bitch. Zulu 1, pyridoxine oxide. You think it's degenerate? It's degenerate. Come on. No more gunshots. One snowflake. You're mute.
Are you calling it snowflake?
No. Someone was saying there was a snowflake in the chat.
I think fucking Delano's fucking awesome.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? As a person, this dude may be right. Might be right. But I like the songs. The songs are funny. All right?
Yeah. RD, way back in the day, Karen, before you were part of the show with me, and I was doing Dose of Reality with Justin and James.
Mm-hmm.
RD drove up. He drove up from Baltimore, picked up my co-host Justin, and my friend James flew in from New Zealand. That's who came and visited me at my house.
Oh, that's cool.
Hell yeah, that's cool. Hell
Right.
yeah. Right on. Okay. Let's continue to roll. We're not going to open the phones yet. We're actually going to bang out all the info we have tonight, and then we'll open the phones rather than segment it like we do sometimes. So I do want to get into some Mandela effect stuff real quick. I want to show you a couple pieces of excellent residue. And then I'm going to show you some serious disinformation. Now, I know a lot lately I've talked about the disinformation, which is endless. It's doing the same thing that it did last year. It's picked up right before the holiday time with the Mandela Disinfo. And Karen, we have a video that we're going to play. You would agree that that is a gigantic platform, wouldn't you? Like if they made, I mean, that's 23 million subscribers that made a Mandela Effect hit piece on this channel we're going to show.
Right.
It's fucking gigantic. So we're going to get into that as well. But first, I just want to show you a couple pieces of residue that got sent in to me that I think are really pretty cool. So while I do that, hang on. I'm trying to think what I need to do
thinking
here.
about closing out the show with a little bit of ASMR with some of my sound tools. What do you guys think about that? Type 1 in the chat if you want me to close the show out with some stuff. I can
Sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. I'm just trying to get to my saved folder real quick on Facebook. Give me 1 second. It's just giving me a hard time. Man, Facebook sucks lately. It just crashes. It freezes.
I think it would be cool. If
Okay,
I got the show. Are you ready yet, Brian?
I actually am ready.
Okay,
So
cool. Right on.
let me get into a full screen share. Where am I? Here we go. You get the mirror effect for a second, guys. Just makes it easier for me right now. Okay, so in my show prep folder. Now, we have this Ed McMahon piece that I'm going to play right here. It's from a show called The Riches. It's on Hulu. Now, I'm gonna play it, and then I'm going to explain it a little bit. to just get real specific about Ed McMahon and what the affiliation is now and why this is still residue. Here we go. Because just like I talk about, not all gold C3POs are residue for a million different reasons. You have to specify what movies exactly it came from and whatnot. Let's just play the clip.
Man's getting calls in the middle of the night, baby. Can't be a good thing.
Maybe it's Ed McMahon. Maybe Doug's already a winner.
You stupid. Ed McMahon don't call. He come to the house. Promise me you won't answer this. Man's
more
getting
time.
calls in the middle of the night, baby. Can't be a good thing.
Maybe it's Ed McMahon. Maybe Doug's already a winner.
You stupid. Ed McMahon don't call. He come to the house.
Ed McMahon don't call, he come to the house. Now, the Mandela deniers out there, I mean, I can't even deal with that shit right now. But okay, we know that Ed McMahon worked for Publishers Clearinghouse. Now in this reality, it's always been American Family Publishing. Now, the American Family Publishing story has changed, where once it started with one commercial and his association with it for 5 years. Now there's like 20 commercials that all came into our reality at once, and his association with them spans like 14, 15 years, something fucking stupid like that. I covered it all a long time ago. But the thing is, see, so there'll be these commercials that he does, and he's like, oh, American Family Publishing, the only place with my name on the envelope. And so then people are like, oh, you're confusing it with AFP. But no, we saw his face with the Publishers Clearinghouse logo on the envelopes. But the thing is, for American Family Publishing, if you look up, did Ed McMahon deliver checks door to door? Even American Family Publishing will tell you, although he was never associated with Publishers Clearinghouse, he's always been with us. And, you know, that's a misconception, blah, blah, blah. They tell you that they even word it like he's never gone to the people's doors to harass them or whatever. So this is clear residue for what he did with Publishers Clearinghouse, going door to door with a giant check. So I wanted to show that real quick. And then I'll get into my Facebook here. So we got a couple R2D2 residues. These are really good. Give me a second. So if anybody doesn't know what we're looking at, I'm going to explain it. Hang on. I'm just waiting for my page to enlarge. Okay, R2D2 in this reality now, he has these thick brown wires that come from here to here, from the leg up to the front, and same thing on both sides. He has these like thick brown wires or rope looking things, really, really thick. This is how I remember him. He looked like this. And you'll notice when this thing starts moving, it's obviously an expensive, intricate model of R2D2. Why are those wires missing? Those iconic brown, thick-ass wires that he has now. And I'll bring them up in a minute. I should actually show people real quick. Give me a second. Watch R2D2. And we'll go to images. And you see these brown wires now that he has? Look at this, guys. Look at these brown wires on his legs, Karen. See this?
Yeah, that's weird.
He never had those. He got Mandela affected, and he's had these for maybe about 2 years now. Okay, but they are not on that model that I'm showing you guys. This is in the movie too. These brown wires. It's in the original trilogy. All right, let me get back. That's really stupid looking. All right, and obviously he does not have it here. Play the clip. Oh, no volume. Hang on. Yeah, that's not a cheap fucking toy, and it doesn't have the brown wires. And we have one more. Where is it? I think I need to go back. Hang on. Save videos. This one too. Now, Star Wars, Star Wars has so many changes, Karen, and I've always shied away from doing it because of YouTube copyright issues. But I think I could do a Star Wars breakdown on Dlive and do a Mandela effect, all Star Wars changes. Like, there's so many. But you see how this is how R2 used to look for me. You've never seen him like this with these brown wires, have you?
Mm-hmm. No, I have not. I do not recognize that at all whatsoever. It's very weird.
Yeah, very stupid looking, in my opinion. Okay, and then what did I have next? 1 second. Let me check my notes here. Okay. Right here, here. Go back here. Check this guy out. It speaks for itself.
Has arrived. I'm not glad that Matthew Williams has arrived with long johns on, and he hasn't got his lucky camels on. So I don't know how comfortable I feel about this one.
Yeah. Well, I've got my Depends on, because when you get to my age, you get a bit of leakage when you're on these underground explorers. But I use Depends.
Well, I take on, and he hasn't got his lucky camels on. So I don't know how comfortable I feel about this one.
Yeah. Well, I've got my Depends on, because when you get to my age, you get a bit of leakage when you're on these underground explorers. But I use Depends.
Well, I tell you what.
So if anybody doesn't get the fucking joke, Depends never existed in this reality. It's always just been depend. Okay. Now let me get into my show notes here. Okay, one more piece of residue, and then we're going to get into the hit pieces, Karen. Okay.
All right.
Now this is a good one. This is a good one because a lot of people think the Mandela effect is just media. It's just products. That's not the case. I'll come out and show you all the time. It's history, anatomy, the Bible, geography, the way things are properly used in the English language, rules of the English language are changing. Famous speeches are known to change a lot. We know Rodney King's changed. Karen, you're very familiar with that one now. Can't we all just get along? We've talked about that at nauseum on different shows, and everybody's affected by it. But even things more important than that, I think the whole political realm is completely fake and whatever, but I should say things even more iconic than Rodney King's speech changing would be the Gettysburg Address. I'm going to play this woman start to recite the Gettysburg Address for a minute, okay? I'm only going to have to play like 30 seconds of it, and you tell me what's wrong with it. And this is something I also have a video on, just like I have a video on Depends. I have a lot of fucking videos. Okay, let me get into grabbing this link. Okay. All right. I am going to go into a screen share. 1 second. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. All right, ready?
Mm-hmm.
It was after or close to the close of the Civil War, and they met at Gettysburg, and Abraham Lincoln gave this address. Where 77 years ago, our forefathers brought forth upon this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty, and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this.
So she's sitting here reciting the Gettysburg Address, and the most iconic part of the Gettysburg Address has been Mandela affected. This is not a new change. I've done videos on this. Before I did, I know Blaze had done a video on it. I'm sure other people have before. I was late to the game on this one, but it's a huge change nonetheless. The most iconic phrase in there is 77 years ago, our forefathers. The word forefathers is no longer in the Gettysburg Address. And now the word is just fathers. And she's saying it from memory. What we all remember, we were all taught our forefathers. You guys all know you were. Look it up. It's not in there.
Where 77 years ago, our forefathers brought forth upon this continent
our forefathers. And forefathers is a Mandela effect. It's not in the Gettysburg Address anymore. Pretty wild stuff, right?
That's crazy.
Do you remember them saying forefathers in it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't say it anymore. Now it's 77 years ago, our fathers. Why would we even come up with forefathers? It's not even a word you would normally use. That's where we get the word from. I understand it has other meaning, but that's where I understood that fucking word.
there's a reason it's called forefathers, because it's the people who, it's supposedly the men who started the country, brought forth to this continent, blah blah blah, right? Yes, exactly like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. For those of you that didn't know about that change, I do have a video on the Gettysburg Address. Again, just go to my archive. If somebody can link my video archive from my website into the chat, that would be helpful. Thank you. And I'm not going to go show you guys all them saying it the regular way now. I already did a video on it, but you can look it up right now as I'm talking. You'll see that it's just our fathers now. It's not forefathers. It's really crazy. All right. Let's see. Let me look at my notes. Okay. The hit pieces. We're going to get into a couple hit pieces. We're going to watch a quick video. We're going to talk about it, and then we'll open up the phones after that. Because this is getting bad. We saw this last year. We saw it with The Criminal Minds, followed by the Mandela Effect movie with fucking Mr. Peanut Guy fucking sprinkled in between. Karen, you were along for the ride for all of this. There was a lot of disinformation around this time last year, wasn't there?
Yes. 11/11.
11/11. And I showed a shit ton of articles in the last few episodes that we've done with the disinformation and our false memories, and fucking now with the whole Sinbad supposedly having a stroke, and that huge lengthy disinformation article about our false memories happens to come out on the same day, but doesn't mention that he had a stroke. So it just happened to come out on that same day. I mean, it's clearly a planned rollout. They are clearly very worried about us. Here's the thing about the Mandela effect, Karen. Would you agree or not? A lot of people are triggered by it, of course. We know that. And it's hard for a lot of people to grasp. But when you start to look at it, like they want to hide, they don't want us to know about the potential that we have, the powers that we have, the connectivity between our consciousness. When you start to look at the Mandela effect in that aspect, it starts to make a lot of sense why they would put out all this disinformation against it, doesn't it?
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
And all that being said, so I'm going to bring up one link first that I'm going to show. Actually, I'm going to show a site first, and then I'm going to get into showing a YouTube channel, and then I'm going to play the video from the YouTube channel that you know about. There's one other one I'm going to show. I'm not going to play their video, though. Okay, why didn't this link work? Hang on. Oh, I know why. I didn't grab the whole link. So I need to go into a screen share again, because this information, and this is all new stuff I've been showing you guys, all within the last week or two. The oldest thing I'm going to show you is like 3 weeks today, I think. Let me just bring up where I need to be. Hang on, I'm getting a little. Okay, look at quantum physics, video games, and conspiracy theory. This came out on a site called 25 Years Later site.com, and I have showed you big platforms like The Guardian and all these other things lately. We know that HBO just fucking took the footage from the first Mandela Effect conference, which they gave them the red carpet to fucking roll into and film, and they used it to clown us the other night, like I told you they were going to do a week or two ago, right? So let's scroll down. I am not going to read this whole thing because look at this, Karen. Look how much effort they're putting into this, like to tell you how bad your memory sucks. But I will read a little because it does, show you what they're saying. And the rest of it is about the stupid movie. This doesn't just end with the one-off of Mandela's death either. Here's a quick test. Is it Berenstain Bears or Berenstain? Does the Monopoly Man have a monocle? Does Curious George have a tail? What does Darth Vader's father quote? When was Mother Teresa canonized a saint? By the way, Mother Teresa, her name has changed. Her name used to have an H. Now it's just T-E-R. Was that mirror, mirror on the wall, the evil queen said in Snow White? What was the name of that genie movie Sinbad was in? Is Chartreuse a lovely shade of pink? Febreze or Febreze? Okay, now, again, just like I always tell you, they don't talk about anything that people would be blown away by right away. People, even if they think this is weird, right, and they're interested, they're still going to hang on to the same thing we all did when we all first heard Berenstain Bears, or Karen, when you first heard Chick-fil-A, right? When they keep it on these surface level changes, you see how that can deter people away?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
They don't want to talk about South America. They don't want to talk about Black Tom. They don't want to talk about your kidneys. They don't want to talk about the lion and the lamb.
They don't want to talk about residue of anything, period, for one thing.
Yeah, that's the excellent point. That's the main thing they never talk about, is they never talk about the residue. So people think movies can be changed or our memory is just fucked up, but they never actually show that we have, not only do we have like some physical residue, like we got so much fucking residue. Like some of them it's insane. Like the amount of C-3PO residue or the fucking, it's insane. Some of them have so much. Mirror Mirror, for instance. My God, there's so much residue from Mirror Mirror. Okay. Right about now, you're either checking the internet and having your mind rocked, or like Neo, you've already taken the red pill and been down this rabbit hole. Honestly, I love the idea of it, creatively speaking, but I think it's just a glowing example of how faulty the human mind actually is. Like when you open the fridge, you can't find the orange juice, though, even it's right in front of you. It's not that it wasn't in there. Your brain just couldn't process the information to find it. Oh, more so, I would love to ask these questions to someone with amazing memory like Marilu Henna, who has hyperthermesia. I don't know who the fuck that is. But then it gets into the movie, and then it gets into all the D-Wave computer in the movie and all the bullshit. But this isn't what I wanted to focus on. It is another Disinfo article that came out, so I want to show you. This isn't the big deal that I want to get into, though. So let me grab this other link. So then I found a video with 2 million subscribers that just came out, making a hit piece on the Mandela effect. Or it wasn't too bad when you listen to it. It's kind of like it actually wasn't. It actually wasn't too bad. I shouldn't call this a hit piece. I should say we're getting attention from. It doesn't spin an. I'm not going to play it, but it's down here. So they have fascinating new conspiracy theories on this channel called Top Tens. 1.79 million, and their number one at the top of the list is the Mandela effect. We're not prepared to play that, though, but there is a clip I am going to play that we are prepared to play. So have you guys ever heard of the channel? Hold on, I have to sneeze. Hold on.
Achoo.
Yeah, and like Jacobian says, they never bring up flip-flops because that's another thing. Because flip-flops just throw out a whole bunch of theories go out the window for me once flip-flops happen. That shows to me that it's all happening here and now. But that definitely shows people that the Mandela effect's real. Or Jacobian, they don't ever talk about incremental changes like we've seen with the Bibles, especially when things change in the KJV that pointed out. People say, we're crazy, look at this, blah, 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 and then they never come back after their Bibles change. They'll never talk about that stuff in the disinformation pieces, though. But have you guys ever heard of a channel called WatchMojo? 23 million subscribers. Think about that number. They're making hit pieces on us. For those of you that won't look at this topic yet, what if they made a hit piece on your topic with 23 million subscribers? When are you going to see that they're very terrified of this truth? We're going to play the clip. And Karen, thank you so much for editing the clip and making it safe to play, hopefully here on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So Karen put a lot of work into this clip to make it playable because it is a big channel. We don't want to get we don't want anybody to Eric Wood us, if you know what I mean. All right, let's roll.
Yeah, and it's at normal speed, so you can speed it up or whatever at your convenience when I do it.
Yeah, I'd like to just play it. It's only 11 minutes, but basically what they're doing is they're going to tell you that these are false memories. It also says it in the show notes. I don't have the YouTube clip up, but they do say that they label it Mandela effects in movies. So you're like, oh, cool. But then they tell you the Mandela effect's a false memory. And after into it a couple of effects, they start to try to explain it away. But you're going to look at this list and you're going to resonate with like at least 7 or 8 of them. I don't agree with all of them. We know the big one I don't agree with, but just about all the other ones I do. And they are Mandela effects. And they are worried about this topic.
Hey everyone, I'm Rebecca and welcome to WatchMojo. Today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 movie examples.
What?
We know see picture.
I'm your father.
Oh, you know, see picture. I'm sorry.
Me no see picture.
Okay.
Hey everyone, I'm Rebecca and welcome to WatchMojo. Today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 movie examples of the Mandela effect.
I am your father.
Magic mirror on the wall. Who is the fairest one of all?
For this list, we'll be looking at collective false memories derived from movies, whether that be misquotes, different plot points, or bigger delusions. What's your favorite example of the Mandela effect? Be sure to let us know in the comments. All right, let's misremember together. Number 10, Tom Cruise wearing sunglasses.
Let's misremember together is how she starts it off. Did you hear that?
Let's misremember together.
Yeah. By the way, this Tom Cruise one, I have a video on this too. Tons of fucking residue. They actually do mention residue in this. They don't explain like how that is, and they kind of just brush it off like everybody did stupid parodies. But it is mentioned, but it is a hit piece.
Risky business. If somebody were to wear underwear, a white shirt, and sunglasses while dancing to Old Time Rock and Roll by Bob Seger, what movie do you think they were referencing? Risky Business, obviously. And if you look at the numerous parodies of this scene, that's what you'll see.
No, you can get out. Well, I thought it could be fun. No. He said no.
However, viewers may be surprised when they revisit the original scene, as not only is Tom Cruise's character not wearing sunglasses at all, but his shirt is practically pink. Granted, his character does wear sunglasses everywhere in the movie, but you'd think the shirt color would stick out in our collective memories. Number 9, Shazam.
The color of the shirt, but
What'd you say?
I said, of course, I made it black and white, so we don't see the color of the shirt. But I mean,
yeah, we know.
Yeah.
Everybody in this chat knows it's a pink shirt now, and it was white. Karen had to fuck with the color and stuff, so for copyright issues, obviously, and stick it in this TV here. But that looks cool. Now we're gonna get into Sinbad. You guys already know if you've been watching this channel or any Mandela Effect channel. This is one of the older Mandela effects, the older, more recognized ones, as you know, it kind of blew up on social media because the Mandela effect's been going on forever, in my opinion. And you know, Sinbad certainly wasn't the first Mandela effect that happened in reality, but he's one of the classic ones. And just listen to this horse shit. I mean, we know it was Sinbad and not Shaq, dude. I mean, it's so stupid, dude. I mean, not every black guy looks the same, okay?
Sinbad. Kazam. When you think Shazam, generally one of a few things comes to mind. Either the recent superhero movie starring Zachary Levi, or else the 90s movie about a genie starring Sinbad.
Wait, y'all are not Tina.
Kidnapper! Except one of those isn't real. Although there was a movie about a genie during the 90s, it starred Shaquille O'Neal, not Sinbad, and it was called Kazam.
Watch it, boy! You don't want to diss me!
Granted, Sinbad was pretty big during the 90s, and Shaq isn't exactly known for his acting, but even so, a lot of people claim to remember plot details from this not-real film that differ from Kazam. Shazam fans will need a real genie's wish to create this non-existent movie. Number 8. If you build it, they will come.
No, here we
Field
go.
of
This
Dreams.
one. This is one of my biggest
Field
ones,
of
man.
Dreams follows Ray, who has a vision of a baseball diamond in his field and of long-dead baseball players playing on it. He also hears voices whispering the words, "If you build it, they will come." Except the line is he will come, not they. We can see how the quote might have gotten misremembered, given that not just one person shows up. There's all the players and the crowds to watch them. Also, they is a more inclusive and all-purpose pronoun than he. But it also misses the point of the movie, Ray's relationship with his father, who is the he the quote refers to.
If you build it, he will come.
Sorry,
The Great Pumpkin appears.
I'll just let
The
it
Great
play.
Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. Peanuts has
No.
been a part of
What?
pop culture for over half a century. And part of it's
No, I was just gonna say, in reality, dude, his father was more of the side point, and building the field and getting all the players and all the fields to come is why it was they. Don't give me that fucking shit with that he shit. It's so fucking stupid. Everybody knows it was they. I mean, every year when they announce that they're gonna do baseball games, the Field of Dreams, and then they end up canceling it this year because of COVID or whatever. You'll hear all the sportscasters come out. If you build it, they will come. If you build it, it's been used so much. There's so much residue for that. I mean, come on, dude. That's such a big one. I'm not familiar with this one they're about to play, so I don't know either way with this pumpkin patch Mandela effect. I just don't remember what happened at the end of the movie, but I'll let it play.
Animated specials that get aired nearly every year on TV, like this one. Despite its annual airing, however, some believe this Halloween special used to have a different ending than the one being shown today.
Oh, Great Pumpkin, where are you?
In the animated film, Charlie Brown's friend Linus insists on the existence of Great Pumpkin, who visits on Halloween. Linus waits up all night for the Great Pumpkin and falls asleep outside still waiting for him. Except some people remember the Great Pumpkin appearing when Linus falls asleep. Is this memory your Great Pumpkin?
And the Great Pumpkin never showed up? Nope.
Number 6. We're gonna need a bigger boat. Jaws.
This is big. This is big for a lot
Jaws
of people.
is an iconic movie, the prototypical blockbuster. As such, you'd think that it would be impossible to get anything wrong about its most famous line. Most people remember Police Chief Brody remarking, "We're gonna need a bigger boat," after catching sight of the monster shark for the first time. But actually, he says "you're," not "we're."
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
He even repeats the line a minute later.
You're gonna need a bigger boat, right?
But when it comes to quoting this line, everyone is sure the line is "we're." It makes sense since Brody's aboard the boat too, yet everyone manages to get it wrong.
No, they don't get it
Is
wrong.
Just
It's
more
changed.
inclusive and versatile, or did something devour the truth?
You're trying to gatekeep the truth, bitch.
Number 5. Life is like a box of
Here we
chocolates.
go.
Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump and the film that bears his name are both positively full of great quotes and simple wisdom.
Full of fucking Mandela effects. Every movie this motherfucker in is full of Mandela effects. This guy's the shadiest one of them all. And particularly this movie. It has tons of effects. It's not just this one. But this one we could talk about specifically because this is a good way to nail this down.
But one of the most frequently cited is a lot different than what most seem to remember. A lot of us seem to recall Forrest saying the phrase, "Life is like a box of chocolates," while sitting on a park bench eating the confectionaries. But
Still says life is like a box of chocolates on the back of the fucking box.
what he says is "was," not "is," since he's referring to something his mama always said.
My mom always said life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
Okay, so did his mama say it instead? Nope. What she said was life is a box of chocolates. No like.
Life is a box of chocolates, Forrest. You never know what you're gonna get.
One's a simile, the other's a metaphor. Did people just
Ridiculous.
confuse the two, or is it different now? Maybe Lieutenant Dan can explain.
This wasn't supposed to happen.
One of the other big ones too from that is, I may not be a smart man, but I know what love is. Now he never says, I may not be a smart man. He just says, I'm not a smart man. There's other changes too. There's the change when he goes into the Black Panther Party. I don't want to misquote it. It's been a while since I've said that one. And there's changes with the people that approach him at the bench. There's a lot of changes in that movie, but I'll continue.
Number 4. Play it again, Sam. Casablanca. Casablanca is another landmark movie full of quotable moments. It actually has several Mandela effect lines, but possibly the most consistently noted is the quote, "Play it again, Sam," most frequently attributed to Humphrey Bogart's character Rick. But what he actually says to Sam, the piano player, is "play it."
Play it.
Ingrid Bergman's Elsa comes close too, saying "play it, Sam," but even she doesn't get the exact quote that everyone always references.
And I want to bring up a point in the chat too. Like there's foreign versions of some of these that haven't changed. Like I think it's the Dutch one of Snow White, the Mirror Mirror hasn't changed. Also, a lot of the transcriptions and some of these things don't change when the Mandela effects happen. They don't talk about that though. Just like they don't talk about bands doing their own performances live every once in a while and singing it the old way. They don't talk about that.
So why does everybody get it wrong? Are we simply swept up by the romance of the film? And why did Woody Allen make a movie and name it after the wrong quote?
Number
3, Mirror, Mirror on the Wall, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. In the fairy tale Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, the evil queen speaks the words, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? Or some variant like one of all. Are you with us so far? Well, if you grew up watching the Disney movie, things are about to get weird, because the film that arguably popularized the story for modern audiences for almost the last century actually has a different line. Instead of mirror, mirror, the queen says magic mirror.
Magic mirror on the wall, who is the fairest one of all?
It's possible that people are conflating the movie and the fairy tale, but not everyone who saw the movie has read the storybook version. And why would Disney change this specific line?
Magic mirror on the wall, who now is the fairest one of all?
Number 2, hello.
Now, back to that one. The Mirror Mirror has so much residue. And the Mirror Mirror is like the Mr. Rogers one. So they tell us it was never Mirror Mirror. It was always Magic Mirror. And then they come out with the fucking movie in like 2012, a motion picture rather than animated. And they name it Mirror Mirror. Now, I know the argument. People say, oh, the book says Mirror Mirror. Yeah, the book still says Mirror Mirror and always has. And the movies change. We didn't learn off the book, okay? I'm willing to say 90% of the people that know it as Mirror Mirror probably never even read the book, or at least learned the movie first, because I never even read the book. I learned Mirror Mirror from in the movie. Karen, we had some Mirror Mirror talk the other night with your mom and your daughter, didn't we?
Yes. Yes, we did. My mom remembers it saying mirror, mirror on the wall.
Yeah, absolutely. Your mom remembers just about everything the way we do. She's highly affected. Who is doing this? How are they doing this? I love it. Like, I don't fucking know, man. Fucking hilarious. Did she check her Ford logos yet when she got back home?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't ask her. I'll have to text her. Not now.
She's
though.
supposed to check her 2 vehicles for the Ford logo, and she needs to open up her Bible for me. So make sure you ask her tomorrow.
Okay.
Don't make me come looking for you. I know where you live.
Clarice, The Silence of the Lambs. Dr. Hannibal Lecter's conversations with FBI agent in training Clarice Starling are absolutely electrifying and are easily the highlights of this fantastic thriller. But arguably the most famous line from the movie is actually nowhere to be found in it.
But not today.
Hannibal the Cannibal never says the exact words, hello, Clarice, in The Silence of the Lambs. He says good morning when he first meets her, and he delivers a good evening, Clarice, during their final.
He literally says good morning instead of hello, Clarice. It's so ridiculous, dude. So ridiculous. Everybody knows it's hello, Clarice. It's such a fucking big one.
Meeting, but never a straight hello.
Good evening, Clarice.
He does say the line or one close to it in the sequel, but the quote had already become a part of pop culture by then.
Hello, Clarice.
What we need are minds as sharp as both these characters on the case. For the Great Pumpkin one, I blame The Simpsons and Milhouse, because in that episode, he does show up, and I bet you wish he didn't. Anyway, we have a very iconic pick at number 1.
Yeah, you blame The Simpsons. No, The Simpsons did residue of how it used to be. That's not what formed your fucking mind. Thank you.
Let's look at some honorable mentions, and then we'll name our top movie Mandela effect. Run, you fools! The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. It's actually fly, not run.
Fly, you fools!
Alternate ending. Big. Some people remember Susan becoming little.
Maybe you could come with me.
Big Mandela effects and Big. The biggest one for me, I know there's a lot of discussion over the Zoltar thing, but the biggest one, the obvious one for me is the toy store that he's in. The toy store was FAO Schwartz, and now it's FAO Schwarz. It dropped the T, just like Charles Schultz. A very similar name, dropped the T. Is that a pattern? Don't know. Wonder what that's about, but definitely notice that.
Oh. Spike or Stripe? Gremlins. Well, he does look more like a Spike.
Mom, it's Stripe.
Cruella de Vil. 101 Dalmatians. It's DeVille.
I'll stop here too. For me, also, this is a big one that she's going to gloss over. So she's going to talk about the spelling of DeVille or DeVille. I'm not sure what the fuck it was, but I'll tell you what it was. Dalmatians was Tions, And that's actually how you spelled the breed of the dog as well. And the breed of the dog, as well as the Disney movie, has changed in this reality. And it's always been Dalmatians with an A. And you can find so much fucking residue for this from dog breeders and everything. Dalmatians with an O for me, not with an A.
Bill, not DeVille.
Must be Cruella, your dearly devoted old schoolmate. Cruella DeVille. That's it.
Want more Mojo? Ms. Mojo produces original.
Karen, you know what number 1 is?
No, what is number 1?
It's actually one that me and you both are on the other side of the fence on, but it's huge for people. Yeah.
High quality pop culture related videos on all your favorite movies and shows. Plus celebrity news, fashion, lifestyle, and more. Hey guys, it's Stevie with Ms. Mojo.
My name is Sam. My name is Eliza.
And I'm Emily.
I'm Rebecca, and welcome to Ms. Mojo.
You want videos on all the best reality shows, teen dramas, Disney movies, and sitcoms? Be sure to check out Ms. Mojo for new videos every day.
Number 1, Luke, I Am Your Father. Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. Considering how immensely popular they are, the Star Wars movies still have details that are actually different from public perception. Like the fact that C-3PO has half a leg that's silver and is not fully gold.
This is madness.
But the most infamous example is what is easily one of cinema's most iconic quotes. Darth Vader telling Luke that he is his father. If you ask most people to quote the scene, they'll say, Luke, I am your father. But Vader says in the movie, no, I am your father.
No, I am your father.
Is it simply that the addition of Luke provides more context and removes the need for a setup? Or perhaps the dark side of the Force is at work?
No. It's not true. That's impossible.
And for that, I blame Spaceballs. Anyway, did you misremember any of these? What about the Sinbad Genie movie? Definitely. Let us know in the comments. Or come tell me on Twitter or Instagram at Rebecca Brayton or on my YouTube channel. See ya.
Any of these? So they're clearly worried about this. They have to address it on channels that have 23 fucking million subscribers on YouTube. That's a big platform, guys. I would appreciate if you guys can hit the comment section over there. So I'll go grab the link soon. Karen, can you just say hi to people while I go pee and grab a drink, and then I'll open up the phones. And if you need to use the restroom, you can go right after me. That way we don't have to take another break.
Okay.
I'm worried about that.
I want to go over and check. Oh, look at that. Oh, good. Thank you, Nathan. I was checking chat. There was a troll in the chat. Goodbye. Bye, Felicia. We don't need no haters around here. Anyway, shout out. I'm going to go shout out Dlive, Jerry Mars, 3.3D, Zulu 1, Tigresa. Did I say that right? Any Word, Bright Eye Bears, Ceiling Fan Man. Oh, Ceiling Fan Man. And is that it? Earlier there was a Carissa. Yes, bye troll. Remind me to open the chest later. I added some stuff to the chest. Remind me to open that later for y'all over at Dlive. And then over here on YouTube, we'll say hello to Count, aka Eric Hebeln, Jenny Ty Murphy, Jonathan Kampala, Solomon Kane, Man vs. Matrix, Zulu One, also over here in the YouTube chat. Hey, what do you say about that? Agent Orangel, Waters Above, Josh from Oregon.
Hey. So I'm dropping a link in the chat right now from my phone. So that's the link for the video, guys. If you guys could hit the comment sections, because there's tons of people in there, and let people know this ain't false memory and drop some shit in that WatchMojo. 23 million subscribers. Here's the link to the video we just played. It's in the chat right now. Sorry, Karen.
All right. I'm just doing shout outs. Should I stop doing shout outs now?
You can continue for a minute. I'm opening the phones and we'll be ready in 30 seconds to take calls. So call in, guys, 978-435-0006.
Did you put the number up?
Yeah, you can do that. And I am ready. It's 100% ready.
What is it? 978-435-0006. And that is the number for Ring Dong Dutchie. Right?
Give us the fucking ring dong dutchie. You know what I'm saying? Not a ring deep long.
I have to correct my typo.
You fucking speaking Cambodian now? What the fuck is that?
Ring dong.
Unveiling the throne. Can I help you? What can I help you? Would you like a burger and some fries? Who's this?
Hey, this is Derek from Baltimore.
What's up, man?
Not too much. Just calling in the channel. This is the first time calling in.
Cool, bro. So what's up?
Yeah, no, not much. I met both you guys over at Flattoberfest. Want to call and say hi. Mandela effect is huge for me, so I figured this is the episode to call in on.
All right. What do you want to talk about? I mean, what's the first one for you? What's your biggest one? I mean, go ahead. You got the floor, brother.
Let's see. I mean, honestly, looking back on it, there were times, even in my teens, that I thought things changed that I didn't. I just thought I was misremembering them.
Mm-hmm.
But recently, things like Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A killed me. Ed McMahon, Berenstein Bears, the Smithsonian Institute, things like that.
Yep.
They all killed me. They were crazy. It ripped my whole reality apart.
Yeah, come on. And for people that don't know, everybody here that's a researcher knows that the Smithsonian Institute, well, it's never existed. It's always been the Smithsonian Institution, guys, like where they put crazy people. But continue.
Yeah, well, that's those things that they kill me, and I've had the conversations with my family. It's funny because I can actually talk about Mandela effect with my family a lot easier than I could talk about flat Earth.
Yeah.
But my mom especially, they blow her away. She can't even understand it. Things like Fly My Pretty Fly. She said, I watched that movie 100 times when I was a kid. Of course she said Fly My Pretty Fly, you know?
Yeah, yep. Yeah, The Wizard of Oz. We forgot to bring that up, Karen, on the show that we did about your mother. That's another one that really blew her away, was all the changes in Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, I'm going to go get some more tea. I'll be right back.
Go ahead. Because Karen's mother, like my mother and everybody's mother, always watched Wizard of Oz growing up. Dude, I must have seen Wizard of Oz 100 times, and I'm not the only one. You know, that's like saying I seen Star Wars a couple hundred times. We all did, right? C-3PO was all fucking gold, and Chewie got a medal at the end. Those are the two big ones for me, you know?
That's funny, because I didn't even really watch Star Wars that much as a kid. I was born in 80. Maybe I was a little bit on the tail end of that.
Yeah.
But so those ones don't really affect me that much, even though I recognize them. But just there's so many. It's countless nowadays. I stopped keeping count of how many Mandela effects I'm affected by.
Oh,
it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, there's just fucking thousands of them, man. It's the most fascinating thing.
It really is, and I don't know how people can put out those hit pieces like you just shared from WatchMojo. I mean, it's nuts. You can't even understand it. I mean, I get it. It's their propaganda. They got to do it to hide whatever they're doing, but.
Mm-hmm.
Like how people can watch that and believe it, just believe they misremembered it. I mean,
yeah,
it's crazy to me.
Yeah, especially people that have been in these types of circles where they've had disinformation come at them from the mainstream, and they still can't see it after we're telling them, we're showing them. They have the same memories as us. Then they see the disinformation, and they're still not getting it. You know, it's like, come on, man.
Yeah, they almost get that download. They're like, oh, never mind. I must have remembered it wrong. Mm-hmm. Or all of a sudden they'll remember the wrong memory. Oh, that's right. I do remember it was if you build it, he will come. No, it wasn't. It was if you build it, they will come. That was the entire point of the whole movie.
Yeah.
The father coming was the surprise ending. If they would have said, if you build it, he will come, we would have all been waiting for him to come. But we weren't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just crazy. And then, I mean, Tom Hanks, he's got to be involved in something, right? Because, I mean, all the Mandela
hey, how long have you been following my channel before we get into Tom Hanks? It's curious to set the tone here.
Since Flat Earth in like 2016. So, I mean, I've been around. I actually became Mandela effect at first and was wondering if the Flat Earth was like a Mandela effect because it kind of blew me away.
Yeah. So Tom Hanks, highly involved. Obviously with all the effects he's in, the stuff that happened with the Mr. Rogers movie and the sound engineer dying on the set and all this, and then the way he has mockery in his movie, and then me, I don't believe CERN has anything to do with what's causing this, but I think that's like NASA and what they want you to believe.
Yeah.
It's like NASA underground. Yeah, it's like NASA underground for me, basically. And they want to steer you away from anything spiritual, make you put it back to man and science and all this. And Tom Hanks, as fake as I believe all that is, he selected to throw the switch to turn back on CERN like several years ago. And it's so fucking ridiculous, dude. But I don't buy any, people be like, oh, Brian, didn't you see the ceremony? Didn't you see the guy with the bond sign and the Mandela thing? Yeah, I seen that. And I also and I also hear stories about people crossing fucking Antarctica too,
Yeah, exactly. It's always just stories though. It's not real. It's not real proof. Or they cross Antarctica, but really they just go in 100 miles and then take a right and go out of the 100 miles.
And nobody questions it. Nobody questions any of these claims by the people that supposedly do all this shit. It's so bad, man. Wow. Hey, I can't believe it. In 2020,
surrounded by all the sheep.
Yeah, I mean, in 2020, I mean, we've been pointing this stuff out. I mean, there's some people that have been in this chat that have been here for years, like Bob's here, Karen's here. Like people that have been doing this 4, 5, 6 years, and there's still people that aren't even looking at it. And it's like, the thing that hurts is the family members that won't look at all, and they just ridicule us. And it's like they look at us like we're fucking idiots. And it's like, Brian's always been smart. Brian's smart with everything he says, except when he says 9/11 was a hoax and the earth is flat. Now he's gone crazy.
Yeah, everyone, you're one of my smartest friends. How can you believe that stuff? Like, well, maybe because I'm one of your smartest friends. It's just what it is. It's just what it is.
Well, I think Flat Earth and Mandela
you gotta let it go sometimes. It'll drive you crazy.
I think Flat Earth and Mandela effect are very tied together and very similar in the sense that they both teach you, like you should, if you go through one, you should be able to accept the other because they both teach you to trust yourself and trust your intuition and trust your senses. Exactly. That's what they're both about a lot, in my opinion.
Like I said, I'm glad I came to the Mandela effect first because I realized that reality wasn't what I thought it was. So then when Flat Earth came around, I was much more open to accept it.
Yeah.
Or at least look at it.
Yeah.
But I don't want to take up the whole show. I just want to say hi, guys, and let you know my Mandela experiences.
Oh, I can't let you go.
With everybody at Flattober Fest, and I love this community. It's amazing. It's like a little pocket of sanity in a world of insanity.
Yeah, man. Hey, I can't let you go without asking you 2 questions. Biggest Mandela effect, favorite Flat Earth proof?
Yeah. The biggest Mandela effect is probably Ed McMahon. That's the one I have the most memory of.
It's number 1, dude. That's number 1 by far. Number 1 by far is when I ask people. Go ahead.
Yeah. And then the biggest Flat Earth is just seeing far over water. I mean, I immediately went out and did it. There's a couple of us here in Baltimore. We pulled out the P900s and the telescopes and went down to the bay, and we could see way too far. And that was it. After I saw that, it was done.
Karen, that's the number 1 answer as well, and that's your answer too, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I've done that too. I've seen it with my own eyes. Bob knows
exactly what you share
in Peloton, but he was there on the Zoom call when we were all doing that stuff. So, I mean, I already knew before.
We've done a 9-mile one. That was our longest so far, but that's pretty cool.
Yeah. All right, brother. Thank you for the call, man.
Yeah, no problem, guys. Have a great night.
All right, you too.
Thanks.
Yeah. All right, next call. 978-435-0006. Another awesome person that was at Flattoberfest.
Bob. Shout out to Bob. Oh, Bob also, by the way, since Bob is my new neighbor, Bob and Cammie, he totally saved my butt the other day when I was fixing my mom's laptop, and I needed a screwdriver to get that little hard drive out. And Bob and Cammie got in the car and they drove and met me and they gave me the screwdriver and saved me. Shout out to Bob.
Unveiling this realm. Who's this? Hello. Hello. You got 5 seconds to say something.
Yes.
5, 4, 3, 2. You know how you guys get the he's gone. Next call. You know how you guys get the people that sleep on your show and you guys are like whispering, why don't you guys fucking scream at them and wake them the fuck up? Like on Strange World when they're sleeping and you go to them, I'm like, just fucking yell at them. I'd be like, yo, wake the fuck up. Ah!
I don't know, because Mark, that's not kind of the kind of show that Mark usually has. One time we did. One time I did do that.
Unveiling this room. Could I help you with a burger and a large fry?
You know, you can hold the burger because it's probably fake, and I hate them damn fries anyway, man. You got to get them, or the second they turn cold, they're shit. So it's all fake food anyway. So I don't know, man. You know.
Yeah.
This is Jerry Myers calling from Duluth, Minnesota. Really quick.
What's up, man?
You know, you talked about some of the causes of what the Mandela effect were, and you brought up something that you didn't think it was CERN, and I kind of, you know, I agree with you. I think that you know, that kind of technology, we would know about it. You know, I mean, the military would have it first. We wouldn't know shit about it. You know, CERN is released technology that the public knows about. We don't. The military in their deep underground bases, they don't release the technology.
We could sum it up like this: Brian Cox is supposedly a lead physicist at CERN. There you go. That's all we need to know. Give me a fucking break.
You know, yeah. I mean, he's an actor. He's an actor. He does. You know, he's an actor that does cocaine and enjoys the fast life and does these little things on TV, so everybody thinks he's Mr. You know, PhD super scientist, and you know, he's just regurgitating all the crap that they've been spitting out for years.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, I mean, going back to the third thing, you know, the reason why I bring it up is you know, I mean, there's so many theories. I mean, there's is it biblical? Is it you know, is it man-made? Is it an accident? Is it something that, you know, is it you know, a prophecy unfolding before us? And there's a lot of people that you know, everybody's taking sides, but nobody's talking about it. You know, I mean, you know, we don't know if it's biblical if we don't discuss it. We don't know if it's man-made if we don't discuss it.
Yeah.
And so I try not to lean on any belief, but try to research and find out as many as I can, you know, to bring to light, you know, and I don't think a lot of people really know that particle colliders, like CERN is really powerful, but the really powerful parts of CERN are actually the smaller little synchrotrons that they fire up. Those are the most luminous. Those put out the most energy. And we have those all over the place. I mean, everywhere. I mean, there's
like 100,000.
College has one.
There's like 100,000 of them now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, China's building you know, God only knows how many. You know, and God only knows what other countries are doing with you know, their military, you know, equipment and stuff like that too. And if they're building them out in the public, my point is that the military has this already 20 years ago. So they're 20 years ahead of us. So God only knows what the hell they're doing. And you know, maybe somebody did, you know, a bunch of scientists did do, you know, oops. I mean, I heard, you know, on kind of a side note, as far as scientists doing an oops, you know, there was a rumor that, I don't know if it was debunked or not, but that 27 scientists had been killed by military robots that they were putting together, like 4 of them, and they finally got all of them, you know, taken apart. And when they were taking apart the 4th one, like the 3rd one reactivated itself, made an uplink to a satellite, downloaded how to put itself together better than so they couldn't deactivate it, and you know, and it kept killing more people. And that's a pretty big rumor there going around. And you can look that up on you know, but you know, a lot of, is it disinformation? Is it, you know, are we being drip fed? I don't know. You know, I'm 47 years, and I know that the whole paradigm has shifted to you know, look at the Tic Tac video. Look at you know, David Fravor and what they released on the Today Show. We had 30 seconds of, hey, UFOs are real, and we don't know what the hell these things are. Now, I've looked up in the sky and I've seen things flying around that I don't know what the hell they are. You know, I mean, I don't know, did we make them? You know, are they? You know, I don't think they're from this dimension. If they are, I don't think they're extraterrestrial. I think they're interdimensional beings, and one of the reasons why I think that is because if you do any research on like who Jack Parsons is, and you know, the formation of the Jet Propulsion Laboratory, I don't know. It's kind of, you know, this is not white belt stuff. This is you know, this is brown belt stuff. And he did a lot of occult stuff, you know.
He did it. That was the basis of everything he did.
What was that?
That was the basis of everything he did was occult.
Yeah, well, exactly. And they actually got him. I mean, he didn't know. This guy didn't have any real formal training, and here he knows how to launch rockets and all this high tech stuff that normal people just aren't aware of. And where did he get the information? And they found out it was real, and they actually did it. You know, I mean, the government spent a lot of money to figure out how to use these portholes. And from what I understand in the research, CERN actually admitted that they wanted to open and close portals, send stuff through it, pull stuff back out.
Yeah, but them admitting something like that is no different than NASA telling you something about a black hole, in my opinion. What's the difference?
But you know, my point is though is yeah, you know, they're telling us, but I mean, if they're already doing it, they've been doing it for 20 years. And maybe that's why we're seeing all these Mandela stuff, is because of
but then don't you see where it falls into, like, okay, so things in our anatomy has changed and land masses have moved and such. That's things I only think the creator could do. So, well, if they're doing it, then they're able to play God and move things around in our body. I don't buy that, and I think that's the exact agenda that they want us to fall into. So we dismiss the creator and put it to man in science.
That's right. And you know, and that's also a different angle right there too. And then you got the biblical side of it, you know, that the Great Delusion is supposed to happen and sweep across the land, and there are other books, other holy books are changing. It's not just the King James version, but it seems like a ripple effect out, like it's like a drop that the King James version is like the middle of the pond, where the pebble drops, and it ripples out to all the other Bibles.
Yep,
and pretty soon you start seeing it, you know, and that's a trip. I mean, it's amazing seeing this stuff, and try to explain it to somebody who doesn't see it or understand it is like, you know, running full force against a brick wall, and you're knocking yourself out. You're not gonna get through them. You know, they either see it or they don't. And you know, those of us that see it, you know, I mean, it's, you know, why is it happening? You know I see it, but why is it happening? And
why is it happening? And obviously, it's very important. That's why I try to light a fire under all the people that fucking ignore it or won't talk about it yet. I know there's a lot of smart people out there that can make really good videos and have a wide audience. They need to start taking this into factor, because it doesn't matter what your fucking topic of choice is or what you do in life. You're Mandela affected, and it's affecting everything that you fucking research. Look at all the changes in 9/11. And how deep I looked at that. And then we have these huge changes in 9/11, huge changes in I mean, the planets is in the Bible now. Planets wasn't in the Bible. Every old school fucking flat earther knows that. Every old school flat earther knows that. Come on, man.
Mm-hmm. Well, did the Statue of Liberty always have a man's face?
No, the face has changed cosmetically. The color of the torch has changed. She's stepping off the platform now. She has chains around her legs. She's on a star fort. She's a different size. She's on the wrong fucking island. We could keep going about that.
Wrong island. Yes, Ellis Island. I totally remember Ellis Island. Mm-hmm. And you know, we were all taught it as a kid. And I used to, you know, they would tear down the schools, and we would go in them and you know, grab as much as we could before they tore everything down and rebuilt a new school. So I ended up with all these topical maps that you could pull down, all these classroom maps and stuff. So I was really aware of, the maps, and you're looking at the maps now. I mean, you can obviously see South America is 1,500, even further over.
Yeah.
It's moved even further over. It looks like, and there was a, if you want to take a look at the globe, I know globe Earth, but you know what? We all had globes. They made them. There's no more polar ice cap shown now. Now it's Greenland covering the top of it. I mean, these are huge changes.
Yeah.
That have to be discussed. Why is NASA changing these maps on us? Have these, are these maps need that they're showing us on these globe maps, or are they actually changing physically? And they're changing physically from what I'm seeing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we pulled out a 30-year-old globe at Thanksgiving a couple of years ago so I could show them that all the geography changes I just named off that they agreed with, the old way I presented them, all weren't going to be like that on the globe. And we pulled it out. They're all changed,
The Panama Canal running north and south now instead of east to west.
It's insane.
Which makes no sense to me whatsoever. You'd think it would be east to west, but it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, Jerry, awesome call, but I'm gonna have to wind it down with you just because I got to let some other people call in. Okay, buddy.
You got it, brother. All right, it's been fun. Hey, have a good one. Peace. Right. Like I said, always, man. Love, peace. I'm sorry, peace, love, and prosperity. There you go. All right.
All right, brother. Bye. All right, awesome call. I just got to keep it moving though. 978-435-0006. What are they gonna give us?
A ring dong duchy.
A ring dong duchy. Yes, PRD. The thinker keeps changing as well. The Statue of Liberty is like the shiftiest. Michelangelo statues keep changing. The Easter Island statues have all changed a few times.
The statue is the one that I saw that got into it. I went to go talk to Brian about it, and now we're together. Huge for me.
I'm gonna hang up on that. We already know who that was. Continue. You saying the thinker statue? What?
I was saying that the thinker statue was a huge one for me because that was the one that I saw. David Weiss sent me the video of you talking about that, and that was like, what? I remember when my mom was here, I said, Mom, what's the thinker statue pose? And she goes like this.
Yep. Classic.
Mm-hmm.
That was fucking awesome. Jerry. Yeah. Nice try. Jerry brought up a great one, and my biggest one until Black Tom came along was South America and the Panama Canal. Because, my God, first it was Berenstein for me, and then all of a sudden it was JFK in South America and the Panama Canal, and I was like, oh my God, dude, like, South America is in the wrong fucking place, and the Panama Canal is running the wrong direction. And then the geography changes just start adding up, and I'm by far not an expert at it, guys. It's people that, I was never an expert on geography, not claiming I was, but there's some huge changes. And I asked your mom about Cuba, and she said, I just flew over Cuba a couple of years ago. She told me it was a small island to the southeast of Florida. Well, it's not a small island, and it's not to the southeast of Florida anymore. And it never has been. And that goes, don't come at me with, Globe's fake or, NASA's fake, map projections change. I know all that shit, and I agree. But you can even pull your flat earth map down off your wall, your Gleason's map, whatever it is. Take a look at Cuba. Take a look at the position of South America in relation to North America, the direction of the Panama Canal. It's changed everywhere. It's changed everywhere. Somebody besides this idiot call in, please. 978-435-0006. Give us a ring dong duchy. A ring a ding dang doozle.
A ring dong duchy.
And like I always say, everybody's affected. Just like you would say everybody lives on a flat earth and they just might not know it yet. Well, everybody's Mandela affected. You're on this plane with us. You sit in this frequency and ever-changing reality with us. And I've proven everybody's affected. They can try and, talk their way out of it, but we all know the deal. Yeah, Tony, kill yourself. Bye. All right, next call, 978-435-0006. Give us a ring dong, Dutchie.
This one also had my mom going pretty good.
Somebody real calling? So we can keep it going? Here we go. Unveiling the film. What's this?
Hi, this is Rocker Chick. How y'all doing?
Hey, what's going on, Rocker
Hey,
Chick?
Rocker Chick.
Hey, Karen. I just wanted to bring up, I was over at Rose's house a couple weeks ago. I think, Brian, I think you made a comment under the video. I was the one that brought that book with the lion and the lamb on the cover.
Oh, yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. So I just wanted to kind of just tell a little bit of the story behind it. I'm not going to take up too much of your time.
Yeah,
But,
yeah. So before
so
you do, let me just tell everybody, Rose did a video on the Lion and the Lamb that you guys might have seen about a week ago. That's what she's talking about. But go ahead.
yeah. Okay. So I was, my dog is making a weird noise. Why are you doing that? Okay. So I went to this church and it was a non-denominational church, and we had a college that was in Pasadena, California. And the church had, every year they'd put out a yearbook of all the college graduates. And what they would do is they would get the church members and all the other churches to, buy this book to help support the college.
Mm-hmm.
So we didn't know anybody that went to the college, but anyway, on the seal of the church is this, lion and the lamb quote. So it says Isaiah 11:6. And I know the picture that Rose had put on there was kind of dark because we were outside, hanging out. And anyway, you couldn't really see it, but I mean, I could see you a better picture, but it shows the lion and the lamb, and it shows like a little child, and it says, "The lion shall dwell with the lamb, and the little child shall lead them into the world tomorrow."
Mm-hmm.
And that was just like our little quote for our church.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah,
There's
and
so
then we
much
had-
residue for
we
that.
had a
That's such a
handle.
big one.
Yeah, and we had like a handle that we used to sing from, and it had the same, the same emblem on it with the same saying. That was our saying. That was like our little logo. And but anyway, I don't go to that church anymore. I'm not real religious. I'm just, I just wanted to share what was going on with that book. But that was a big one for me. And whenever I heard about that one changing, I was like, I know this one. I know this one.
Yeah.
Because I saw it like for the first 20 years of my life. I was in that church. So
Yeah.
But anyway.
And the idea that people will say that it can't change, it's so mind-boggling to me, especially after you'll get them to admit it, to fill in the blanks. Again, Karen's mother, I asked her, I said, "Are you familiar with the Bible at all?" Right? And this is after I've already blown her mind, and she's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "All right, Isaiah 11:6, what animal lies with the lamb?" Without any hesitation, just like when Jen interviews people and asks them how many people in JFK's car, and they go 4. She said the lion, and same thing when I said JFK. She said 4. Everybody has predominantly, mostly the same memories as each other. There are differences and whatnot, but everybody is affected by this. And I love the lion and the lamb one because we watched that incrementally change in front of us as we were told, "Oh, that's just a mistranslation." I love that one.
Yeah, and then so my fiance, his mother is real religious. She's a Baptist, and she had a 50-year-old Bible.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked her, she's passed away, but I asked her like a couple years ago, me and my fiance were talking about the Mandela effect. I said, ask your mother, who is the lion, the Isaiah 11:6 verse, whatever, lion dwells with the lamb, whatever. Anyway, I said, is it lion or wolf? And she said, oh, it's the lion. It's the lion. She was absolutely positively sure.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, go get your Bible. She went and got her Bible, 50-year-old Bible, and it said wolf.
Yep.
And I just couldn't wait to hear what she was going to say. I couldn't wait to hear it. You know what she said?
I guess it's always been that way.
Remembering.
Yeah,
I must
update.
be misremembering.
Mm-hmm. It's insane.
That is absolutely crazy.
And it bothers me so much. It's a complete submission of the soul, in my opinion, and not wanting to see the spiritual side. We need to recognize the supernatural. What the fuck, man?
Right. And then the pastor of the church that I went to, I even sent him a text message and asked him about it. It's like, this is the church we went to. The lion dwelled with the lamb. And he was like, let me get back to you on it. Didn't hear
so he
back
can
from
go
him.
look.
2 years later.
So he can go look it
Yeah,
up and see what it says. Yeah. The
Yeah,
most
so I get
iconic
back
thing.
to
He
him
can't
and I
just
say-
tell you.
Yeah, he doesn't want to look into it. In fact, he just ignored me after that. So I was like, okay, I give up. They don't want to lose their flock. They don't want to even look into it. They don't want to have anything to do with it.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm going to let y'all go, let you get to another caller. But thanks for taking my call. And it's nice talking to y'all.
Can you tell me your biggest Mandela effect real quick?
Yes. We are the champions by Queen.
Nice. I love it.
Yes, that's it.
That's so ridiculous. I mean, every parade that's done after every sports championship that's won in America, and I'm sure all over the world, they sing it, and everybody says "of the world." Dude, it was definitely "of the world."
Yes, and I remember where I was whenever I knew something was wrong. I was in a grocery store getting something to drink, and I was singing the song. It was on the loudspeaker, and it stopped suddenly, and I kept singing, and I went, wait a second. And I thought that was strange. And I said, well, maybe they just cut it off on the radio station. So I went and I looked into it, and that was another Mandela effect on top of, it's just starting to add up. Just too many Mandela effects. So, anyway, I'm heavily Mandela affected, and I appreciate you digging into this because nobody wants to really touch it because it blows up their worldview of what, they think reality is. It just tears it apart.
Yep.
So keep it up. Keep it up.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right. Y'all have a good night.
All right. You too. All right. Awesome.
Right on, rocker chick.
Take another call. Maybe take a break after another call, Karen?
Sure.
Are you good for a few more calls if we take a break, like after this one? Take a break and then several more calls?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
I'm awake. You're awake.
AF.
Late night tonight. Late start tonight, guys. And thank you for sticking with us during the tech issues. Unveiling this rum. Who's this?
Brian, this is Juicy Goosey from Colorado.
Hey, what's up, man?
How are you?
I'm good.
Good. Karen, how are you doing?
Great. How are you?
Good. I'm good. It's good to hear from you guys. Can I run a couple of things by you? I wrote a little list. You can just cut me off when I won't ramble on. You just cut me off when it's time for me to stop talking, okay?
Go ahead.
Cool. First thing, I saw firsthand for the first time someone really taking the update, like in real time.
Mm-hmm.
And it was truly in real time. Like, so I did the Charles Schultz thing with her, and she said with the T.
Yeah.
And then I showed it to her on, I pulled it up on eBay, an old vintage book. And I said, look at it. I go, read that. And she read it with the T, right? And it was gone. So, and she kept reading it. I go, Ashley, she kept saying, you said it did. I said, Ashley, there's no T on there. And she didn't even like pause.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't even like recalculate. She just went, right, SLU, whatever it is, SHCULZ. She didn't even pause.
Wow.
She dropped the T in real time and said, right, Schultz.
Wow.
And I was just looking at her, and my friends were just looking at her, and I was just like, I didn't even pursue it because she started getting weird. She started thinking I was fucking with her, right? She's like, what are you doing? Are you fucking with me? I'm just like, yeah, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't even do this anymore. She did a second one that night where she did this one. She had a tiny little correction, but she corrected herself. So she said the Jiffy one. And I've seen this twice now where they first say Jiffy. And when they say Jiffy, they say it like really naturally, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I said, blah, blah, blah. With it started, a peanut butter over there. She goes, yeah, Jiffy. And then she stopped and she goes, you could like almost see like someone was like yelling in her head. And she went, no, Jiff, like that.
Yeah.
Like, and then the second lady was an older lady that said, Jiffy, like that. And then she stopped and looked to the right and she goes, where's the Jiff? So I've seen twice self-correcting with Jiff.
Yeah, and that shows you again that the force that's given them that update to make them doubt the changes. This is the way I look at it. It's to make them doubt the changes because they want to hide the spiritual changes. whatever that force is that's been able to do that, that sends that update or that network, whatever it is, it's observing everybody all the time and waiting for when it needs to jump in and do that. You know, that's not information that's already sitting in there and then like it gets triggered and unlocked and then it battles what you're saying. Like that just comes in from the ether all of a sudden, you know, or from, you know, somewhere else.
Yeah, right. As you're saying that, I'm sort of I'm picturing almost like a network, like its own sort of spinal cord with little nerves coming off, and it's just able to pick up on shit instantaneously if it's hooked into those people already, right? If it's already
exactly, right. And that's why I said they run on like the different frequency than us. We have a lot of the same ones, but they run on like they have this whole disinformation network basically that we recognize and we block it out most of the time. They're always just pumping that through them. So those people that are always on that resonating there, yeah, they're constantly getting fucking tinkered with. They're like little toys. Their consciousness is being fucking infiltrated all the time because they welcome that in. They let it in.
Wild. It probably also sends them those, you know, all those excuses, you know, the way they can always say something at, you know, you can say, how's there only 8 people dead in Hong Kong and there's 7 million dead in New York City? And, you know, there's always an answer. If they don't want to figure it out, and sometimes they have to bail. Sometimes they'll just be like, I don't talk about it anymore. But almost always they could come up with some excuse almost every single time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a valid, honest one, but they can just go like a compulsive liar can always just figure out the next thing to say, you know? It was something though to see her take the T off without a pause.
That is weird. I've not seen it like that. I mean, we've seen people that, oh no, well, I must be misremembering, or even seen people get information like a little bit after and then go with that. But yeah, I've never seen somebody just all of a sudden just like drop it like that in the middle of a sentence. That's crazy, dude. That's another one.
Yeah,
that's another one we got Karen's mother with. It was funny too. And then I had got a birthday card for her son that same day, and it happened to be Charles Schultz. And of course, it was Schultz when we opened it after we already had the conversation. It was fucking awesome, dude.
That's a big one. No one I've asked has said Schultz. And I did a Facebook. Every once in a while, I challenge our little small community. We have a little, you know, I live in a tiny little town. And every once in a while, I throw it up on the little message board there. And I said, you know, spell the author's name. And I said, and don't look it up and spell it. And I said, and if it's really your memory, right underneath it, true memory, which I thought was a way to kind of weed out the people that would feel guilty about not doing it, right? So, so yeah, like everyone, there's like 8 or 9 people, and they said Schultz, true memory, Schultz, true memory, and then to me that's like, doesn't like almost everyone knows that, don't they? Like, don't they know that's his name?
Yeah.
And then this one guy piped in and said, yeah, no, I've always thought it was Schultz, but I have an old book and I picked it up. And it's Schultz. And he goes, it's weird how the mind works. And I said, no, it's not weird, dude. It's not weird. You didn't misremember that. You know, and there's no reply. He went dead air, you know, But Schultz seems like a big one to me.
Yeah.
You know?
That is a big one. That is a big one, dude. That's a huge one because we all read Peanuts as a kid, and that's an iconic name. Why would we throw the T in there? Come on, it's you know.
You can find the residue pretty easily. I mean, you could say, go find an old newspaper, or go buy a vintage book on on eBay or something. It's a pretty easy one to show people that it's physically been altered.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
And another one that I got verified was the end. I talked to some ladies in a grocery store about the ending of We Are the Champions, which seems like another giant one to me. It seems like what? Like that's like an iconic song. We all listened to that a billion times in the 70s on the radio, you know, and just of the world being gone.
Yep.
And talked to some ladies, and 2 of them there, they go, oh yeah, I've got that record. She goes, my My husband bought that in 70s. I'm like, will you listen to it and tell me if it's gone? And it was verified gone on that one. So there was another one that's like,
that's a huge one.
And it is a huge one. Did you see that parody where they were all karaokeing it
in the car?
SNL thing? Yeah.
In the carpool karaoke show, they were all doing it, and they were all really shocked when the ending wasn't there. It's crazy. And two of the best residues of them doing it live at Wembley Stadium, and what the deniers and debunkers have said to me is, oh, well, you always just remembered the Wembley Stadium version. Dude, the Wembley Stadium from 1985, I was like, what, 8 years old? No, I didn't. And we didn't have YouTube. I didn't know the Wembley Stadium fucking version growing up. I knew the version played in my uncle's car in every bar I grew in growing up after, and at every fucking parade that I went to, which was a lot.
That's right. We listened to that song. It means I grew up in Massachusetts. I don't know if they played it more there back in the 70s, but in the late 70s and stuff, this fucking song was on the radio. There was no live version. I mean, It's the end of the song. It's the most epic song. I mean, it makes there's no logical sense why it would just fade out. It would end with the big giant crescendo. I mean, duh. Yeah. Anyways, we know that story. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
but it seems like a big one.
Yeah, it is. For sure. So what's your biggest one? And then I'm going to head to a break. Karen, can you get some music ready?
Okay.
What's your biggest Mandela effect and why?
Well, can I tell you what I think is a personal one instead of the biggest one? Because there seem to be kind of in common.
Hell yeah.
So I went back to I left Massachusetts when I was 14, and we moved to Carmel, California.
What city were you from in Mass? What city?
What's that?
What?
What's that?
What city in Mass were you in?
Concord and Gloucester.
Oh, okay, cool. That's Concord, fucking 20 minutes from where I was. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Fucking Concord.
Concord. Wicked pisser in Concord.
Yeah, fucking WKRP. No, WKRP. WAAF. Rocks. What's that?
What's the Karen? What's the share sauce?
Oh God. But I went back to California a couple years ago, and first of all, everything felt really altered to me. Like I've gotten into this space where every once in a while things feel, I call it the strangeness. Mm-hmm. And that whole trip, I felt like I was on. It did not feel like this world. I mean, it just didn't. From the beginning of the trip, well, the whole time I was there, I was like, what is going on? And I felt it once when I was passing through a certain section in Oregon as well, where things just felt like they felt alien. They didn't feel normal, man. They felt weird and different. But the whole place seemed weird, and the flowers all together were like super vibrant, bright pink, like I'd never seen before. Now, it's been a little bit since I've been back there, but not that long. So, long story, a little shorter. So I go to the beach, and I'm sitting there, and there's these giant, huge purple cone bush flowers everywhere. They look like giant psychedelic buds, marijuana buds or something. Purple with bright pink hairs coming out of them. And they're big.
Yeah.
And they're like everywhere, all over the place. And they have big stumps on them, like a big old vine, like it would have taken many years for them to get like that, like 20, 30 years or something. They're everywhere. I've never seen those before anywhere, ever. And they're just covering this whole town. And I'm like, I was asking my mom, like, when did these things show up? What are these things? And the story around that, as I was pointing them out to people, it's like they weren't for sure either how long they'd been there.
Wow.
They were like, yeah. I mean, I've heard these are called, the memory of Madeira or something. And I'm like, okay, they're like 14 feet tall and they're everywhere. Where did they come from?
Yeah.
And my mom just said, well, it's had a lot of rain this year. So I would say
we had a lot of rain. We had a lot of rain, so now we got these 14-foot fucking purple plants. Dude, can you email us some pictures of those after the show or something so I can see what you're talking about? You have any pictures?
Yeah, I got a bunch of them, and it's possible it's been longer since I've been there, but I'm like, I can only be about 98% sure that those things weren't there before, and they do look like something out of Dr. Seuss. So I got a bunch of cool pictures of them. I'll send them.
Awesome, bro. All right, brother. Thank you. Hey, we're gonna head to a break, so I'm gonna wrap it up with you, and then we're gonna come back and take a few more calls. All right, buddy?
Yeah, man. Thanks for taking the call. Is the email the same? Is it in the description?
Yeah, Unveiling This Realm, the same name as this channel that we're on right now at Gmail.
Okay, got it. All right,
All right,
you guys,
brother.
take good care. Thanks, man.
Okay.
Bye.
All right, Karen, you got music up?
Yes.
All right, let's take a quick break, and we'll come back, and we will take some more phone calls, guys. Late night tonight. All right, I'm headed to the bathroom while you get it up.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
They're the same family, you know. It's just a tall and short version. Tony, seriously, 3 phones?
Well, you know I had to get multiple lines so I can get the best promo price, man. You know I love a deal.
That's not a deal. With Spectrum, you get the best price for the first line and every line.
I'm switching.
Get Spectrum Mobile for $45 a month.
B&H, how can I help you?
B&H is here. From our homes to yours, as your collaborators, creative partners, and problem solvers.
What type of photography do you do? It's actually a very good choice. Got a great mic that'll work perfect for that.
As always, we're here to help with all your plans, projects, inklings, and endeavors. With 47 years of creative.
Hold up.
Hold up. Cap on the track. You see to QC. Forgive me. No, not gonna continue to hit ya. Hold. Speech and research. You had to learn to pull up your own bridges. This to sit ya. Shout out Johnson, Richie, always John C on the ones that turn off your television, start looking at the bigger picture. Who? That cat old, I hope so. He won the few to get more flow. Rest just downright hurtful. Not even everybody so. They in love with the door. I'm in love my Georgia. In a hydro, but it's indoor. But the outdoor is too cold. Too hot, the robo is too close. For the haters road, I hate it, no. OBL like the Taylor Bro. Underground like UFO. When they come up out that H2O. In the middle of the ocean where I float. On the night at Wicked Bro. Whoa. No, whoa. Mr. Fisherman. Bro. One way, yeah, he bumping out the bed. That's ain't my toe, my fishing pole. Up, down, the East Coast. That's where we be most. The Alabama, that lingo, Japanese, ain't got no ego. You and my house ain't actual. While we be intellectual. Shit on the game like casual. Shoot my face like Mojo. Volcano, Nagato, that table like that my boy. Nomo, Arigato, Paranato, Elemento. Eco. Let's Hold up. Chow, pickles and rice, yes, I'm feeling it. Cat old like FDA, yeah, I'm killing shit. On the kayak with Sensei, found a fishing it. Work days long, and God, I mentioned it. Me and Johnson, we on some other make some sense of it. Japan and Alabama, then we jump the fence again. North Kakalaki raised the goat and jump the fence again. That boy looks Hawaiian, nah, man, he look Mexican. He used to push it down from wax all the way to underground grow rooms, make a good medicine. Way before the people days, and man, way ahead of them. And now I call my mama, all she gonna do is text again. Bound to have to flex again, the way the world progressing in. I keep it close like Nathan can. It's target practice, sun drop can. And the patterns the size of your face. So I hold that chattering boy with your face. Hold up.
All right, everyone. Welcome back to Dose of Reality. I'll just intro the show while we wait for Karen for a minute. And here she is. I know I threw it backstage and then I muted it to start talking. I'm sorry. I figured you'd be fine with it. And you are muted still.
Yeah.
There we go. Cool. Okay, before we open the phones, I am going to plug one thing real quick. As most of you guys know, but some of you may not, I have started to do shows on Patreon once every other week. I did a show with Christian and Mac, and which was supposed to be a test, but we did a whole show. But I did my first scheduled show Friday night of last week with the Truth Seeker 69, where I was able to go in depth into 9/11 fakery, other things. Me and Christian were allowed to talk about Sandy Hook and this and that. But anyways, if you'd like to support those and have exclusive access to those streams and the archive of those streams, they are not going to be on YouTube. It's only $5 per month, and you could cancel after the first month and just waste $5 if you think it's a waste. So I will put the link to that in the chat. And the more I build that up, well, the more I can continue to do this full time. And I used to hate even ever promoting anything like that. But you know what? I don't care now because this is all I do full time. So if everybody threw in $5, then hey, I'd be set doing it for a long time. So, you want to open the phones?
Sure.
Also, when I do the Patreon streams, I let people call in via video chat because I'm not worried about getting porn bombed or anything like that. No Despair Bear called in on the video chat on the StreamYard with us last show and stayed on with us for a while. So that's cool as well. So thank you, everybody that's signed up so far. I've got like 51 patrons now, and I only had like 20-something before I announced I was going to do that. So it's cool. Totally worth it. Exactly, James, because you see how we can just talk over there, and there's no trolls. It's a completely, it's a little bit different of an environment. So, and And nobody here is trying to get rich. I know what people say, flat earthers are in it for the money and this and that. Definitely not getting rich, dude. I'm just eventually unemployment is going to run out and I need a fucking strategy. And I'm not going back to work for the man. This is what I'm going to do. So if it's a little bit from t-shirts and a little bit from that and a little bit from donations, and then I still have to figure out some more shit, I really got to build that thing up more. Then I can swing this full time. I know I can do it. There's no reason I can't do it. Right, Karen?
Absolutely. We're all working on our backup plans. I mean, you know, I've got my little backup plan stuff that I'm working on in the background.
Is there any of that you want to talk about, or you want to just keep that all in the bag for now? Because that's interesting things, interesting ideas. What do you want to just know?
I could talk about it. Doesn't matter.
While we're waiting for the phone to ring, why don't you tell people what you mean?
Well, I'm gonna be learning the different alternative healing methods, learning actually how to do them. Like, I'm gonna be signing up for the biomagnetic class, which is where you use the pair of magnets and you have different magnets and you pair them in different spots on the body. And it has to do with, you know, the subtle energy, this stuff. So I've got this book out again, and and I'm starting to go back in to learn this stuff in preparation for that, because that doesn't start until February. Then there's another thing that I signed up for in March that I'll be doing, which is about crystals. So I'm going to be doing a lot more of that stuff to learn how to heal. Energetic healing, alternative healing, non-invasive healing, healing using the subtle body, the subtle energy body, and electromagnetics, which we all know everything is electromagnetic. So crystals, magnets, and then also the other thing is with the sound, with the tuning forks, there's after those two things, I'll probably be getting into this as well, or maybe at the same time, I don't know. But those are the three areas that I really want to learn. So I'm already starting that. I've already signed up for one, signing up for another. And this is another thing that I've been doing. You've heard me play with this tonight. This is the sonic slider. So this is all stuff that I'll be able to use and incorporate, hopefully in the future, in streams and also in person. I want to help people. That's kind of why I got into this in the beginning. Is because ultimately that's what I want to do. I want to be able to help people. I like being able to help people get better, heal from things, heal themselves, learn how to become more in tune with their intuition. We all need to learn how to live better lives, and the way that we've been doing things hasn't been working. So that's what I'm doing.
Awesome.
Anybody want to give us a ring dong dutchie?
Yeah, somebody give us a ring dong dutchie.
Oh, that's right. Somebody else was asking about the tuning fork. The girl in chat. Now that I talk about this, like a rocker chick has a sonic slider. I use it every night before bed. Okay, sonic slider. That's what this is. I'll be honest. I don't know what frequency this particular fork is tuned to. I have to look it up again. I don't remember. But this, I bought this. This has the handle, which is an extender that goes onto it. I don't have the little Allen wrench to take it off, but you take this off from the regular tuning fork. The handle that comes on the tuning fork is actually small and skinny, and it comes like this, okay? But this handle extender is supposed to basically extend the vibration or the from the tuning fork through this handle. And then you take this handle and you just, with the instructions, it shows a picture of the woman who wrote the book and has who designs these particular forks from the Biofield tuning store. And you're supposed to take it and you give it a good whack and it starts to vibrate, and you can put it on your face, like And then when you put it on your face and you can hear it inside your head vibrating, you know, she says you can do it to fight wrinkles, you know. You're supposed to do it like 5 minutes a day, every day. But it feels really good. You can put it anywhere where you feel tension. Shoulder.
Unveiling this realm.
Yeah, you motherfuckers, you gonna fucking burn.
Who's this?
It's No Despair. What's up?
Hey, what's up, man?
I had to do my Tony impersonation. Oh shit! Well, I had a pretty good idea, Karen B, on that healing stuff, man. My 18-year-old son is in the hospital right now. He's been there for a week tonight, and he's got problems with his colon and stuff like that. And he's been dealing with it since, I don't know, March, probably February maybe. And I'm trying not to get him to do surgery. And of course, my ex-wife, she's up there with him. And I'm just trying, I'm fucking at my wit's end here, trying to figure out what the hell to do, which way to go, whether it be something like that, like natural healing and try to go strictly natural, or try to attack it hard and do surgery. I don't know, man. I'm just fucking stressing out.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it depends what the problem is.
What's that?
I said it depends. It depends what the problem is, you know, what is the problem? How involved is it?
Yeah, well, it's like he basically has an inflamed, inflamed colon. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Yeah, inflamed colon. And they can't get it to not be inflamed because when he goes to the bathroom, it just basically kills him all the time. And he can't eat whatever he wants to. He can't eat solid foods. He's basically on a liquid diet right now. But yet they do all the blood work and all the stool samples and everything like that, and everything comes back fine. You know, there's nothing that they found that's obviously wrong other than his colon's inflamed. But yet they're wanting to fucking remove his goddamn colon and hook him up on a fucking shit bag.
Yeah.
And fucking then reattaches small intestines to his rectum. He's fucking 18 years old, and I'm like, they just sprung this shit on me today, and I'm like, hold the fuck up here. You know, I don't give a fuck who said what, when, or where, and how easy it's going to be, and that, you know, they act like this shit is just easily done, and I'm like, no, I mean, when you cut on somebody, that's serious shit, you know.
When you start removing things, you know, you can't put that back. You know, so I would do everything I could to not remove that. I'm sure that diet has got to have something to do with it. I would think, or some sort of deficiency. I mean, see, I don't know if you have talked to any of the doctors that, you know, like Amanda Vollmer or Dr. Kaufman, or done any of the consults with any of them?
No, I haven't. I tried to do, I was going to do a consult with like a homeopathic type doctor like them out of Louisville, Kentucky, and that was going to be the day before he actually went to the hospital. I told him that we decided he needed to go to the hospital to get fluids, because he's lost like 70 pounds. You know, he was like first this year, he's 6'1", bigger than me, weighed about 200, a little over 200 pounds. I mean, hell, he could have whooped my ass if he thought he could, you know, maybe. But now he's down to like 130 pounds, all bones. I mean, just fucking looks damn near like death. And I've been telling him the whole time it's because he don't have vitamin D. And vitamin D is very fucking crucial, as you well know.
but he wants to. They don't think the way we think. I mean, he's 18. He thinks he knows it all. He won't fucking listen to me. Neither will his fucking dumbass mother, which is why she's my ex-wife. But
yeah,
I don't. Man, I'm just fucking. They won't listen to me. Because he never goes out in the sun and does anything. Back before he got this illness, he would always come inside, get his little fucking game, play his game, go. And when he's like a vampire. You know how they are when they're 18. They when nighttime comes out, they're fucking kids. They want to go out and run around all night or whatever. So but he was never getting any sunlight, and they only come out at night. And he, of course, he would never get enough vitamin D, in my opinion. I think that was the main culprit of it all. But basically, if he can get his colon, his colon to quit being inflamed, then I think that would, basically heal itself again. But they're trying to say it's colonitis or something like that. I can't say it. Colonitis.
Colonitis, all that means is that the colon is inflamed, like what you said. Itis, it just means inflammation of whatever. So what he needs is something anti-inflammatory at the very least. And there's a lot of natural anti-inflammatory things like turmeric. Like he should go get some liquid turmeric. Ginger. There's different things you can take that are known for having anti-inflammatory properties, but turmeric is like the number one thing that I can think of that he could take. I mean, that helps with inflammation tremendously. Also, if it's a colon, I imagine that that there are doctors that might even tell him to do something rectally. They might suggest doing something as a suppository. You can even take CBD as a suppository. That might help.
Yeah. They've been trying to get him to take, I guess, enemas. Is that what you're meaning?
Yeah, or enema. An enema will clean them out. You could do coffee enemas. They're supposed to be really, really good. I don't know.
But that's basically what, he's basically got an inflamed rectum, the way I see it. I mean, I call it colonitis or whatever, but like you just said, it's inflamed. It's inflamed. So if we can get the inflammation out, why do we need to remove things? Why do we need to have surgery? It's all about insurance and.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying most of these things I think can be helped with a diet or a change of diet or, giving him something that he's missing. And that's why I was saying he should talk to one of these doctors because they know much more about that stuff than I do. Especially Dr. Kaufman, because he's an actual medical doctor. He's a medical doctor and a psychological doctor. Like, they say that he has disclaimer. We are not doctors and we do not give medical advice. I have it right here above my head. I am not a doctor and I do not give medical advice, but there's things out there. I'm just saying there's things out there. I'm just giving you ideas of things that are out there that could possibly be done before he resorts to surgery and having them remove something that can never be put back, that is going to change his life forever, and not maybe in a positive way. I know,
and they keep saying his fucking stupid mother keeps saying that. Well, and even my dumb mother saying that. Well, he'll have his life back if they do this surgery, and I'm like. Are you serious? There's no fucking way he's going to have his life back if you do this surgery.
Yeah, it's going to go downhill, man. It's going to be, wow.
That's what they're fucking saying, man. So I'm fucking about to lose it here. I feel like I'm the only one that's got any fucking sense in trying to talk to people rationally. Yeah. And because my dad's sister had this, I guess this surgery done, maybe had hers removed or whatever, and I guess she's still alive and kicking. That, it's going to be fine for him too. But I mean, he's 18. I mean,
it's so crazy, man. At 18, wow. Yeah. That can't be the option.
It just come out of nowhere. It just come out of nowhere too. Like the very first this year, fine, healthy as a horse. And it's like slowly over time, just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And all he could do while he was here at the house was go from his bedroom and run to the bathroom because it was, it was just, he just had to go to the bathroom all the time. I mean, I don't know, but yeah, that's what I'm dealing with. So if y'all got any positive vibes or y'all know any ways I can go to get better information or whatever, I mean, I'm willing to do whatever the fuck I need to do, go wherever I got to go to keep him from having this surgery done. I don't think surgery's the right way to go right now. And these jackasses have been dealing with him for the whole time up in Louisville and Thornton. They've been dealing with him the whole time, and they haven't helped him a bit. And now they're wanting to resort to surgery and removing shit. So
yeah, man, you don't want to have fucking organs.
Fasting. I would also suggest fasting if he's up for it. If I had a problem like that, fasting too is a good way to reset your system. It stops because if you're fasting, you're automatically not taking any more toxins in, and your body can flush everything out, and then it can start to heal. It can spend that its energy healing things that need to be healed. So, I mean, it takes a lot of idea too. It's hard for people to do, but if you could do it even intermittently, maybe just start easy, try to do 1 day, then 3 days.
Yeah, he didn't have much problem with that because he's afraid to eat. That's the reason why he's lost so much weight, is because whenever he would eat anything, whether it be good, bad, or indifferent, it affected him. What kind of went right through. They call that the ulceritis or whatever they call it, and they act like it was because of that no matter what he eat or whatever, it's just. But I see what you're saying, yeah.
So maybe he's having trouble digesting. Maybe he needs to eat enzymes, active enzymes. Maybe he needs probiotics. Maybe he needs to, eat some drinks.
Yeah, he's had that. He had that. We've got some of that in the refrigerator right now, as far as adult probiotics for adults and stuff like that. So we've kind of done some of these things, but we haven't done all of the necessary steps. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've tried to get him on the vitamin D from day one, and having to take it regularly every single day, high dosages. I even got CBD oil 6 months ago, and he just won't. He won't. He does not want to do it the natural way. It's like, and he's 18 now too, so it's fucking kind of his decision. I mean, they had him sign the papers the other day, Monday, for him to do the scope. When they did they did another scope, I guess down through his throat, up from both ends or whatever, to check him. And so he had to actually sign the paperwork for himself because he's an adult now. But I don't want to break your show down, but I'm just.
Yeah, I know. I hear you, but yeah, I would try to get a hold of Amanda Vollmer or Dr. Kaufman or one of those doctors. Send them an email.
Okay.
I don't
I'll
know.
do that.
Because I just would really like to see everybody avoid surgery at as much as possible, because that's really, sometimes it's unavoidable, but
yeah, definitely. Sometimes you gotta have surgery. I agree. But when it's dealing with something like this, whenever something's just, I mean, when all your labs are coming back fine, you're basically healthy other than one area is inflamed, and you want to take that area out.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't compute. It doesn't compute in my head. It doesn't make sense to me. And I don't know. It's just, I got a bad feeling about it. I don't know, man. I just got a bad feeling about it if they do it. And plus, he's in a fucking hospital. We all know how 2020's been.
Yep.
In a fucking hospital. Am I right?
Oh, I skipped my surgery, and that that was one of the main reasons. Just as much as hoping to try and heal it without surgery, and knowing that's a possibility. I wasn't going in the fucking hospital with not the way just everything's backwards. But like I said, these people have all taken updates and they're acting completely insane. All the people. I'm not going to let anybody fucking cut me open.
I'm 100% with you, man. And hell, even Blaze's grandma got basically murdered in a fucking hospital. I'm sure y'all seen that.
Yeah, I didn't get to see his video. He sent me a message right before the show. I didn't get the message back. I did see that he went live to talk about that, though. I didn't hear the story yet, though.
I haven't either. I just seen where he was talking about it in chats or whatever. But I'm gonna watch it, tonight or in the morning. I probably can't sleep anyway. But yeah, just with all the situations going on with this doctors and stuff, and hospitals, and then how they're trying to label everything as a fucking COVID death. I just don't trust them, and I don't want them, something supposedly fucking happen, and they kind of label COVID on an 18-year-old and use him as a fucking statistic. That would, that would be bad.
Yeah, definitely.
But anyway, just everybody out there, keep him in your thoughts. His name's Kyler, by the way, so keep him in your thoughts and prayers, and we'll stay positive about it, and hopefully something good will happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
But I appreciate y'all let me rant it out here a little bit and try to come up with some ideas. I think maybe have a direction to go now anyway.
Yeah.
Good.
Awesome, brother. Thank you for the call.
All right. I appreciate it, y'all. Have a good night.
All right. Good night.
You too.
See you.
All right. We can take one more call, and I'm getting pretty tired now.
I heard you yawning.
I yawned like 3 times.
Yeah.
One quick call, and don't take it personal when I cut you guys off after 5 or 6 minutes, just because I am tired. Give us the ring, Dong Dutchie. Yeah. 978-435-0006. One more quick call, guys. Banging out in 5 minutes. What do you got? Drop it on us quick.
Do you want to do a quick call, or do you want me to end with the singing bowl?
Oh, yeah, let's just do that. I'm going to close the phones, guys, and I am going to let Karen take charge of closing out the show. Let me just say, I'll put you on the big screen, Karen. Let me just say thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody that supported me. I'll drop the link in one more time for the Patreon, and the next Patreon show will be in several days. It will be sometime next week. I don't know if I'll wait till Friday. I might do it earlier. I'm not sure. And I'll probably bring on another really kick-ass guest with me. So if you'd like to sign up, I'll drop the link in the chat. Thank you very much. Everybody $5 or more gets access to the exclusive shows. Go ahead, Karen.
All right. So this is the Tibetan singing bowl. This is another good thing. I love this for sound. It's like it's a little bit of sound therapy. It kind of calms you down, brings you to the moment, and it's a good way to end things. So good night.